The longer the noodle?
The longer the noodle, the longer your life will be.
Oh, look, from one long noodle and a short one. Sipping snow and some snow. How do you say snow in Chinese? Shrab. Shrab. So may the shrab be with you.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Karl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time. Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise. And here it is.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the home of the $61 kids. I guess there's two of us, so we're the 30, 50 kids. How are you today, Eric Zane?
Never better. I've got no reason to complain. I'm young. I'm handsome. I'm energetic. What else could I want out of life, Christian?
I mean, you've got that hair, so honestly, there's literally no reason for easy to complain. Does that sound accurate?
I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. Likewise to you, my friend.
Look at us. It's funny because I think people feel that I'm the cute one on this show, but that may or may not be accurate. I don't know.
You know, what's that game? Marry, kill, rape?
Yeah, F, marry, kill. Sure.
Yeah. I think you're the Mary. I think they want to marry you.
What do they want to do to you? Do they know that your dick doesn't work?
No. So I'm guessing that they probably want to fuck, and then they realize I'm useless, so then they want to kill me. So
yeah. YouTube terms of service. They want to take you to a boxing ring for an Olympic sport.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to go to Greenland. Well, Eric Zane, it is always fun to be here because what's the most important part of the show? Super chats.
The super chat. You can't ask me and then answer your own question. I mean, come on, give me something.
I'm a professional.
That's 100% right. I mean, we count on the handful of dollars that we get every single day that we do this show, and we're appreciative of it. If you want Christian to end the show, like signing off, all right, that's the show, and then finish with like a horrible slur. I'm like, it was big on Rumble. I mean, the things he said.
Rumble, they could kind of make us say, will make me say pretty much anything. Yeah.
So you might have to get past the YouTube censors to make it happen, but have Christian sign off with an absolute slur that makes him uncomfortable, and we'll finish the show with that. And if you attach a dollar amount to it, the one with the highest dollar amount is what he'll read at the end of the show.
Yes, exactly. And we already have, oh boy, what are Mexican $20? I'm going to guess this is about $3.50, if I had to guess, is what this is. Most Strote, you got me to click this, but waiting is stupid. Bye. See, I think that the waiting is helpful. You play some banger music from the Isotopes, who I have it on authority are in the studio right now working on their next album. But you didn't hear it from me. And I think that's great. It gives people a chance to get in. They say hi. They get the chat. Sometimes I share the chat. And the great Labyrinth Mystic might get more if YouTube didn't censor Super Chat. Yeah, I was trying to Super Chat a show a couple of times in the last week. In fact, I was on one of the shows that I was trying to get my chat to go through so I could make a comment on someone, and it just wouldn't let me say what I wanted to. You know, I wanted to make a comment on Hughezy's show. I wanted to ask F, marry, kill, what the game that we just played with you, F, marry on a live, maybe we need to call it. And my choices were Liam McEnany, who was on, and Ava Riza, John Melendez's right hand gal, his gal Friday, and Jeffrey Epstein. But boy, putting Jeffrey Epstein in that super chat, there was no way I could get it to go through. And I think most of us would marry Jeffrey Epstein, especially at this point, right?
Oh yeah, I would praise him. I would have sex with him too.
Yeah. Well,
hey, I got to warn you. Last time we were here,
the
show, it was long.
Yeah,
it was great. I loved it, but there was a moment, and you'd have to go back and look to see if you can pinpoint it, where I did this. I did a double take and looked down, and that's because my sweet dog O'Neill was standing right there looking at me, and I could hear like a waterfall, and he was peeing right on the carpet in front of me. He had to go so bad, and I'm like, oh, poor guy. So there may come a time in this show when I have to say, hey, because he lets me know, and I was like, yeah, fuck you. And then he went, all right, fuck you. And then he peed on the carpet.
Okay.
He's taking some medicines that make him have to pee more than normal. So just be ready for that. You might have to call on one of your resources. I don't know what you're going to do, but
I
if
would
I
just
have
do
to
it.
go,
I would just do it by myself.
okay, good.
Because
Yeah, you have that ability.
I don't share this screen with just anybody.
Okay.
Easily. Unless there's a potato waiting backstage, then of course I'll immediately put him to the front of the line. But O'Neill, join the club. You know, we all sometimes have to pee more than we expected to. I'm 50 now. What else do you want?
Where is he? You're 50. That's so young. O'Neill, come here. I don't know where he's probably peeing on my bed right now.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly found somewhere that he was able to pee, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So that is, of course, one way that you can promote our show by super chatting. And I was so excited about last week's show. We had so much going on. We were really in the thick of things. I did promote Hackamania, how you can go to hackamania.com, use the promo code BEARS to go April 10th through the 12th in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And you will save 10% with the promo code BEARS. Will you get Eric Zane there? And I forgot to give that answer as to how close we
Right.
are.
You were
And
going to tell me how many we had sold.
Yeah. And I'm still going to tease it forward, but we're going to do the Bears segment very soon. The problem was I skipped the Bears segment and then skipped telling people. So maybe you want to go right now to hackamania.com, use promo code BEARS, and you'll save 10%. EZ might get to be there. Our friend Lucy Typebox will be very happy if you're able to be there.
I love her forever.
And ever, you know, I mean, I think that it kind of goes without saying. Also, we want to make sure everybody knows they can leave us a voicemail at 585-612-1388. Please say it's for WATB. We actually have a voicemail that will be fitting for the end of what this show will become, a mere 2.5 to 4 hours from now, because the grift never ends. Easy. We're here grifting everyone, trying to get more money out of them. So do that. Go to whoarethese.com, join the Patreon. You can become a YouTube member. You'll get 2 bonus episodes every single month, and you'll get to watch WATP record live. Like Aaron's Pimp Hand. I'm not sure who that girl is in the picture. It makes me nervous, so I'm going to take it away. But Aaron's Pimp Hand became a member. He'll get the bonus episodes. He'll get to watch WATP record on Saturdays. All right. I feel like we had you go ahead and read that from Jerry Shepardini.
Yeah, G. Shepardini says Christian's meandering diatribes are why Zane's dogs are having accidents.
That is what I'm known for. And you know what, Jerry Shepardini, I know that you were somebody who didn't like the show at one point and you've come around. I also know I've seen you in Opie's chat. So I'm going to chalk you up to being a good egg, as our pal Hughezy would say.
A good egg. Yeah. Hey, in fact, hold that thought. I need to go get O'Neill. So you talk amongst yourself and I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Are you getting O'Neill or is he pissing? All right. One or the other. All right. He turned his mic off so that he could talk. But he's given us the thumbs up. And okay, so go get O'Neill. That's fine. You can go ahead and do. Okay, you know your microphone's still off, broadcast professional.
I was just gonna say he's at my feet. I thought he was gone, but he was at my feet the whole time.
Oh my gosh! So he was already here.
Sorry.
Let's see. So Labyrinth Mystic with 10:05. Lou, Kevin's radio edit kisser and radio edit sucker, can go radio edit his own radio edit. When will you radio edits get on super tips so we can get past this radio edit censor? Love you more than a friend. Whoa! Love you more than a friend too, Labyrinth Mystic. Thank you for that. And yeah, you know, when we were on Rumble, that really kind of shot us in the foot, me not getting us on super tip. I think it's really easy to use. And I think I might still be able to run the show the same way. Nobody wants to hear about that.
Well, isn't it set up where once you get it set up, they just literally throw money at you and all of a sudden voices come in out of nowhere?
Oh, that's one way to do it, where people can interrupt your show. I would not set it for that. Bedabbler has that. You can, well, yeah, Melton has it too. Well, no, because you could set it for $100, and yes, for $100, anyone could interrupt this show. There's no problem.
And then the voice would say like nasty shit. You could have like fucking Dr. Steve.
Yeah.
Saying how much he despises certain groups of people.
Yes, exactly. But there are limits even on Super Tip, but that is how it works. And I watch a lot more shows than you do, Easy. I've seen that it seems like the super tip system's great, but when it's not working, it looks very frustrating. So we'll give it a whirl, though.
I know we're all over the place here, but I just want to say, for the first time I sat and paid attention to one of the shows in the quote unquote dabble verse.
Oh my gosh.
And I made it about 10 minutes.
Oh.
And it was fucking horrible.
Which show was it?
You want me to tell you now?
No, I think you should tell me in a little bit, right?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to tell you now, but I will say this. The times that I've tried to watch Cardiff.
Yeah.
He's one of these. He has too much of a. I say, oh, he's on. And then I click on it. And then it's like 15 minutes of music. And he doesn't. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
We do 5 minutes of production, but Cardiff does have a lot. But he shows off his guitar solos. And he does have the greatest theme song in the Dabbleverse. That Cardiff Electric. That song, that's where it's at. All right. That's enough of our bullshit. This is more bullshit than we usually have. You know what? This might be bordering on banter. And I don't want Blind Mike to hear about this. So let's get right into
WATB. Who are these local news? Who are these local newscasters?
Blew my eardrums out because it's perfectly
good to me.
EQ'd. It's perfectly EQ'd. So last week we talked about how it was the year of the horse on the Lunar New Year calendar. And our friend King Caprese posted this visual that we will, of course, explain. This was in the Discord. You can join the Who Are These Podcast Discord for free and just click on the WATB channel. And this is the closed caption from the BBC. Welcome to the year of the whores. People around the globe celebrate. And of course, the reason why this is funny is it's the year of the WHORES, not the year of Cry Cry Horse, the stuffed animal that I showed you guys last week.
That's right.
My kids still love Cry Cry Horse, by the way.
Of course they do.
He's a superstar. And by the way, the BBC, despite what this might indicate, is the British broadcast company.
Yes. They're all over it in the news. There's a lot of BBC related things in the news right now.
Oh, there sure are. We'll get to it. This one really surprised me. Not so much that it's a hack woman in the street interaction in New York City about the snow outside of a coffee shop that we all know, but it's who is anchoring the morning news show on the Fox affiliate in New York. This is Good Day New York. And on the right of your screen will be Rosanna Scotto, who's been there since I was in like middle school. But a surprising face there on the left.
Wondering, is the Starbucks open? Because you're right in front of it. I mean, that really will give you the temperature of how things are moving in New York.
You know what? Starbucks is not open, guys.
What?
I hate to.
So that is actor Jerry O'Connell.
Oh,
who
my
is
God.
married to Rebecca Romaine. One time Rebecca Romaine Stamos, but now I guess she's Rebecca Romaine O'Connell. And he's been trying to get like a morning talk show going for a while. I think when Wendy Williams went off the deep end, he was one of the fill-ins for weeks at a time. And I guess he's starting from the ground up. And look, New York's the biggest media market, but you don't expect to see the guy from Stand By Me sitting in a suit and tie at the desk at the New York local morning news show. Do you?
I couldn't place him.
Yeah. Well,
when you said it, I was like, who? Wait, I think I know that person, but I'm not sure.
Well, he seems like a funny guy, seems like a nice guy, but that doesn't mean I won't question his career choices. But let's get back to the hilarity of, hey, is Starbucks open? There's a lot of snow on the ground.
Give you the temperature of how things are moving in New York.
You know what? Starbucks is not open, guys.
What?
I hate to break it to you.
Oh my gosh, this is a state of emergency. There is no travel brand. Starbucks is not open.
Look at the acting chops.
Yeah, let's take a look at his
acting chops of Jerry. That's why they brought him in, Christian, for that type.
I believe that sort of reaction only comes if you're Stella Adler trained.
completely dark, and there have been some people trying to get inside.
Yeah, of course. They must be banging down the doors. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but we need our caffeine. That is, I got to say, we've been here all morning. We've talked to the governor. Haley, you've been great. Briella's been great on Long Island. Starbucks being closed, that is the most shocking news we have gotten all day.
Yeah.
So
On the prompter, it just says Jerry, parentheses.
Yeah. ... Yeah. There's a Facebook comment which says, Jerry, you have had enough caffeine. Chad's missing upper lip says he's as good at acting shocked as Zane is at acting straight. I don't know. You're really good at acting straight. I'm always impressed. Yeah. So thank you for that, Chad's missing upper lip.
Now,
I am literally in a
But
state
hey,
of shock.
Crunch Fitness is open.
How is this
Crunch
happening?
Fitness is open.
And when did New York turn into LA? Well,
think,
back in my day, we used to smoke and drink, and it was a snow day. And
What was that?
That reporter looks like fucking Witchy Poo from that show we used to watch in the 70s.
From HR Puffin stuff?
Yes, she's got that Witchy Poo nose going.
No wonder people tune in to hear from me and Eric Zane, because who else is going to drop a Witchy Poo reference?
I'm serious. If you saw, all you people, look up Witchy Poo, and you'll see this chick looks just fucking like her.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And let's let Witchy Poo here finish her report.
it was a party.
yeah, we're all hanging
It was a
out.
party.
Now they're going to the gym. Come on, New York. We expect more.
It's dedication.
I let it go all the way to the end because she's like, it's dedication. And I don't know what you never had snow days because you guys would just go to school and everything in Michigan.
Yeah, these animals where I live, that's every day we get snow like New York has gotten.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
We were not smoking stogies and drinking bourbon like Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
And by the way, easy ask and you shall receive.
Oh.
There's Witchy Poo from HR Puffin stuff.
Oh my God.
You would, right?
Yeah,
Are you feeling a little
absolutely.
stirring between your legs?
100%. Good pull. Outstanding job. By the way, Jerry O'Connell, you can't see it if you're watching you're listening to the audio, but it looks like the way the lights are in there and the way the skin tone on his face, like he's got gigantic white discs underneath his eyes, almost like he went in the tanning bed and the fucking protectors went on his upper cheeks instead of his eyes.
I mean, I believe that you can look at me and tell I've never been in a tanning bed. I do believe that you're supposed to wear goggles when you go in there, and maybe they weren't the right size. So
I'm not sure, but he looks like shit with that bright red face.
He's got a very hot wife, so good for him. Let's give it up to Jerry O'Connell, and you know what? He's working. So let's not go too far. So obviously, if there's snow in New York, that means there's probably, if I had to guess, there's snow everywhere. And up in New England, there's one thing that doesn't get in the way of snow. That Starbucks was closed, but New Englanders, well, they need to go to Dunkin' Donuts. But what do you do if it's that level of cold? They have a product.
Very lucky, very, very lucky, because everyone was already here by like 10:05, and yeah, I can't believe it. I got it.
True New Englanders know that Ice Dunkin' is perfect year-round, and now the company wants to help you enjoy it with a limited edition ice coffee glove. The left-handed glove comes with the purchase of any ice beverage after 10 o'clock this morning, but those supplies are limited.
I'm a very cold person, and I like cold drinks, so I need something warm to hold my cold coffee in the morning.
Stupid slut. Shut the fuck up.
The question I was going to ask went nowhere near that territory. I'm more interested in the glove, EZ. What would have to happen for you to be caught with an iced coffee glove?
I'd have to live where these stupid people live. That's because that's how they do. These are moron people. These are stupid idiots, is what
especially a bright pink glove like this. I believe we've got one more person enjoying it.
I'm here because my daughter loves Dunkin' Donuts, went to school in Scotland, made Dunkin' Donuts a huge thing in the northern city that she was in, and she wanted them.
This is so New England, and I love it.
I don't know what that story about Scotland had to do with anything.
Yeah, just she wanted a humble brag. That's what she. Oh yeah, she's learning abroad. Fuck you.
Yeah, go ahead and read that from.
More proof that people who like Dunkin' are mongoloids, is what Chad's missing upper lip says.
Chad's really getting in a lot of a free chat, but Chad is one of our best free chatters.
Yeah, despite the overt racism that sick fuck engages in. He's reasonably funny,
Yeah.
I don't want to be caught dead in public with him. He's a goddamn psychopath, but he does have some good cracks from time to time, which, by the way, thank you to Labyrinth Mystic. Screenshot, you use promo code BEARS, and if Easy makes it to Hackamania, you will get a 20 craps hard ways. I don't know what that means. All 4 from Labyrinth Mystic. How many left, boys? What does that mean?
That's one of the ways that you roll dice in craps, the hard way. But I honestly,
a game called Craps.
Yeah, it's the one with the dice that you throw.
Oh, craps.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That game's called Craps. Yeah. So you're very well suited to Las Vegas.
I have no idea.
I really can't wait for Easy to be staying in a casino and come downstairs and like. So wait a minute, you put the money in here, and then it doesn't come back out. Well, you might win some. Okay, but what if you don't? Well, then your money's gone. Oh, right. I don't much care for that. But one of the things you do care for is train mishaps.
First on 13, dramatic new video obtained by News Channel 13 showing the moment an Amtrak train headed to Albany slammed into a car that was stuck on the tracks. The crash happening back on the night of December 26, just before the Poughkeepsie train station.
Because I know everybody appreciates my anecdotes and personal items. I've been on that train line many times because I went to college in Poughkeepsie. Shout out Marist College.
The driver here had purchased that 2025 Cadillac a week prior. And in the moments before the crash, the driver could be seen driving across the train tracks before veering to the right and getting stuck due to the heavy snow. The driver able to get himself free, but then seconds later, ending up on the tracks again. This time, not able to get his car free, with a train quickly approaching. And as that train gets closer, the driver could be seen exiting the car and walking away. As an Amtrak train carrying 172 passengers on board slams into the car and throws it 100 feet in the air.
Wow, that is incredible.
So what's the most unfortunate part about this? That the guy got out of the car, that the 172 people were unharmed. You tell me, Easy.
Yeah, I would say that the guy made it out okay.
Yeah, because he didn't deserve to, I guess is what you're saying.
No, not at all.
Like you get off the train tracks, you're like, oh my God, thank God.
I know, and then he gets back on. He deserved this to happen. Get off of the train tracks and then go onto the train tracks after you just got off of the train tracks. Right. What the fuck?
Exactly. Well, I knew you'd appreciate that. So obviously there's a lot of people behaving badly and stupidly.
By the way, I noticed that too. That guy sounded like he had a lot of spit in his mouth when he was talking. He's going to change this. And that's what MG082 says. Ugh, that voice.
Well, let's go back in on that voice so people can hear it.
In the air. You can see the damage there. Now police say no criminality is expected in the...
So now that you see this guy, do you feel like that voice matches this little twerp?
He's got this twink / cerebral palsy look to him. We see this more and more with local news channels where they're hiring these young, unfit for broadcast, not at all polished newbies in these mid-level markets because that entire industry, like radio, is completely devastated and no one wants to work for television stations anymore.
Yeah, and you're right. This is the Albany, New York NBC affiliate, not a major market. Let's hear him a little bit more.
There were no summons issued to the driver. Police say the driver was not familiar with the car and it was in two-wheel drive in that heavy snow.
Fucking moron. The two-wheel drive as you cross snowy train tracks. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you, Easy. I kind of wish that he got smashed. In terms of people acting badly in public, you and O'Neill are not going to enjoy this story out of the Las Vegas airport.
Police say they arrested a female traveler for ditching her 2-year-old pup at the Harry Reid Airport. Apparently, she hadn't completed the proper paperwork to fly with her little golden doodle as a service animal. So what'd she do? She left him at the ticket counter and proceeded to get on the plane by herself. Police say that she told them, well, the dog has a tracking chip, so he'll get returned eventually. The dog is now in the care of a foster home and awaiting adoption. Oh, and the ditched doggy actually got a new name, JetBlue. Yes, in honor of the ticket counter he was left.
See, I would have named him Dumb Whore after his mother. But, his dog mom. Look at that sweet dog. Could you imagine that you need to get on the plane so badly that you're like, well, I'm just going to tie him to the trash can because I don't want to fill out the paperwork.
It's nauseating to me as obviously a dog lover. It really, really pisses me off when I look at that fucking face on that dog.
Well, I do have good news that according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, adoption applications have poured in for that dog. And I think that you could change his name from JetBlue. It's like funny for a news story, but can you imagine calling him JetBlue? So, so there'll be a happy ending. And I don't know, hopefully there's police brutality in Nevada when she checks in. Let's see. This is associate producer Ralph. I would be happy to pee on Eric Zane when his dog can't.
I would love you to.
And do you know the backstory on associate producer Ralph?
No.
He is sometimes mistaken for a potato. He is a persona that sounds an awful lot like a potato.
Oh, okay. But clearly not.
No, it's not. He's a different character entirely.
Yeah.
You know he's a different character because he always calls Bedabbler and Tukey boss. So, we appreciate that. By the way, we were talking moments ago about just how difficult it is to try and, I'm vamping, just how difficult it is to try and get some of these super chats to come across, right? Easy. And my buddy, Eric Connor, who might show up a little bit later in this episode, he tried really hard to send this. And they wouldn't let him. And it said, why aren't you Dunkin' D's nuts during the Dunkin' Donuts? How could it block D's nuts?
Well, yeah. Well, it's because nuts is profanity. You can't have that.
He's got nuts with a Z.
What you got to do, dickhead, is go NU space TS. Everybody knows that.
Or N space U space T space. Yeah, you know what?
Right.
Eric?
You could write N space, and then another word, a series of letters that would make it be something really, really offensive that we would never want to say. But there is a way if you dipshits would just get creative with your slurs. That's why you have to spell it out for you. Apparently I do. I'm telling you how to write that horrible word.
Yeah, and look, we might hear that word in a little bit, by the way, in one of our clips.
Yeah.
May or may not. But anyway, that's our local news fun, and we've been depriving people for a while, and it is time for Bears.
WATB, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
I think we all know. Drunken Donuts, 2348. Eric Zane looks like you, Anthony Bourdain. He was hit in the face multiple times with a frying pan.
Who, me or Bourdain?
I think if Anthony Bourdain, you put it on the screen, dum-dum.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I put it up there trying to figure out what the fuck this guy's trying to say.
I guess if Anthony Bourdain took a couple of frying pans to the face.
What kind of an insult is that, you dumb fuck?
See, look, Labyrinth Mystic already figured it out. Sorry, I did that. He figured out to just call it D's Newts. So 2 extra points for Labyrinth Mystic. Eric, I think you just didn't want to spend any money. I think that's what it came down to. All right. So we know the problem with these roving gangs of bears that come around in the neighborhoods. They'll knock on your door and run away. Sometimes they come and steal your stuff. And that happened in Florida. And this is just local news provided the raw Ring doorbell footage camera. So I don't know, they must have ordered some kind of food because this bear is determined. This is at the front door of their home.
How come we have the bear in 5K and Nancy Guthrie is still missing? How the fuck is this even possible?
Well, I it's a black bear. I think that it probably answers its own question. And look, he's like, oh no, fuck it, I'm taking that package. So I love the fun ones like that, but what about when people forget that they're out in the wild and they encounter these roving gangs of bears?
Move! Get out of there!
Get out of there!
It's very.
What are you doing? Yeah, like that's helping. They can see them. They can see the bears.
This one's from my nerds. That's very Christopher Lloyd in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. I get it. No one appreciates that. But there's like one person watching is like, that does sound like Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd was in Search for Spock?
Yeah, he's the Klingon captain.
Oh, that's right, he was. Yes, get out!
Yeah. Get out of there! Yeah, that's actually.
Got all about that.
Well, you probably didn't grow up a nerd. You probably had friends and played sports.
I did see that film, though. I loved it.
That's a good one.
I was so excited when I found out that Spock was still alive. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. What are you doing? Ruining a movie from 43 years ago. So there's skiers in Tahoe heading down the mountain, and a family of bears run across. Let's watch more of this.
A surprising moment not too far from Lake Tahoe as 3 bears charge across a busy ski slope. This happened yesterday at North Star California Resort in Truckee. Witnesses say the bears crawled out of the snow and bushes and then ran right in front of oncoming skiers, startling, of course, some people who were down on the ground. This video was taken from the chairlift above.
Could you imagine if you're in the chairlift and one of these bears just mauls a family of 4 and you're like, well, I got to keep filming,
Actually eats them like Grizzly Man. All that's left is a rib cage.
Fucking Grizzly Man. What an idiot. It's like, what could possibly go wrong? Well, actually, the thing that everybody warns you about that could possibly go wrong.
I thought these fuckers were supposed to be sleeping.
Well, you know what? You have the same thought as the local news anchor here.
Oh, okay. I could be a news anchor. All right.
Those bears eventually made their way into the wooded area. The moment serves as a reminder that when you are in the mountains, you are in wildlife territory. Mm-hmm. And I think they were just as scared. They were like, I got to get out of here.
I think they were more scared.
Yeah, exactly.
So much for hibernating for the winter.
Hey.
So much for hibernating for the winter.
Red.
You just need to say it like that. And you do hear that voice throughout the entire video.
That's right.
It is very much, get out of there! Get out of there! As his crew is on the Enterprise as it's about to self.
Did you like the Star Trek ones with Chris Pine? I loved those movies.
The first one was great. The third one was pretty good. The one with Benedict Cumberbatch was dog shit. But I liked the other 2. Yeah.
I'm hot for Chris Pine. I think I would like to have sex with him.
What are you doing? You know what the rumors are about you. But you know what? Look, you live your life easy. All right. I don't want to get in your way. I never want to get in your way. We have another chat there.
Yeah. The one pun says a black bear package thief. Who would have guessed? So I think that's like a racist thing is what he's trying to do. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Are you saying that somebody in our chat is saying something racist?
Yeah, I think that 99% of audience members in the Who Are These Podcast family are, in fact, white supremacists. Statistics show that.
Well, and Nigsaw says, I heard you both watch bear porn. And look what he's done. He's used those letters that are, I don't know, for other languages, like, you have like the tilde over the N in Spanish. So he's able to substitute a number of these letters.
See?
And he used the 0 for the O. And
That's
he's
what I'm
able to
talking
say, I heard both of you watch bear porn.
That's what I'm talking about. You see?
Eric Connor, I'm very disappointed in you for not trying harder. You got me to show a free super chat,
right,
which you didn't actually pay for.
We can't actually, like, some of you dummies who don't know what at Nigsaw1 knows. That's how you adapt. That's how you get your slurs out there, you morons.
The great fake, the real Anthony Cumia, the only blacks allowed in Truckee. Friend of mine married a girl. Truckee is the town in California. It's on the border. It's very close to the border with Nevada. Fun fact, a friend of mine married a girl from Truckee. We did go to a whole week of pre-wedding festivities there. And fun fact about Truckee, probably more interesting than that. If you're familiar with the Donner Party, where they got trapped in the snow and started eating, members of that's in Truckee.
I do know that story.
Yeah. So that's Truckee. But that's not what people are tuning in for. They're tuning in for an update that was promised last week, and I completely forgot to give them. You can still go to hackamania.com right now, and you can buy your tickets for Hackamania 3, Hack to the Future, April 10th through the 12th in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. The entire program for the weekend is out. There are multiple activities on Sunday, so I have to change my plans because I don't want to miss this little piggy and some of the other things. Jim and them, who follow the great Corey Feldman, have been added to the bill, and Anthony Cumia will be doing stand-up. So go to hackamania.com, use promo code BEARS. You'll save 10% with the promo code BEARS. And Eric Zane might be there. Do you remember I told you how many tickets we need to sell for you to be able
We need to sell 10 people. We have 10 people use that promo code BEARS. I think we had 1 or 2 the last time I got any information about this.
Okay, so we need to sell 15 tickets. So
15?
It's 15, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
And I don't like bothering Patrick Melton because he's a very busy guy, especially organizing an event like Hackamania. But I hadn't asked, so I decided to email him. And I said, Patrick, just wondering how people are using promo code BEARS. I knew that someone in our chat mentioned that they used it, and they chatted Melton, and they mentioned, I bet I'm the only one who used promo code BEARS. And back then he said someone else used it.
Okay.
Well, still 2 people have used it, but Patrick said they may have bought more than 1 ticket. He wasn't able to check that at that moment. So we have between 2 and 4 tickets. We at least have 2. So, I mean, at this point, I'm going to have to buy a laminate. I can't even go for free.
No.
We haven't sold enough, but there's still time. That's the point. Oh my gosh. If we're talking about giving, the great Labyrinth Mystic has given 5 Who Are These Podcast memberships. As we mentioned, if you're watching right now and you were gifted one of those memberships, you'll be able to click on the members tab. You'll be able to see the bonus episodes. You'll be able to watch WATP record live on Saturdays. But what you won't be able to do is bring Eric Zane to Hackamania for Hack to the Future. But let's get 13 more people to buy it just to be sure.
Isn't it true? I heard another person who we'll talk about later. That no one has bought any tickets for this event. That
no
tickets sold are like the ones that purchased them through us, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 people that are going.
No. The VIPs are sold out. Or the last I heard, there was 1 ticket left, so I'm assuming it's sold out. The VIPs.
Okay.
And yeah, it's not sold out though. I have heard that.
How come?
I don't know. Maybe it's a bigger room than last year. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just worried about selling 13
okay.
tickets.
Yeah, we only care about that. Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for Labyrinth Mystic. All right. So that's the Bears update that I should have gotten to last week, but I was a little punch drunk, and I apologize. Well, I wasn't expecting to be doing one of these this week, but it is time to head over and talk award shows.
Who are these award shows? Who are these award shows?
So the BAFTAs were held in London over the weekend. That's the British Academy Film Theatrical or Television Arts. I don't know.
I'd never heard of this until this amazing moment. So,
well, we have a couple of less amazing moments. I want to build up.
So happy this happened.
I know you are. I was hosted by Alan Cumming, tremendous actor who I mostly know for playing Nightcrawler in X-Men 2, but he's also been in some other movies. They tell me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah, he's great. And he's having some fun out in the crowd. He's giving distinctly British snacks. I'm not sure who the first person is he's talking to, but you'll recognize the second couple.
A little bird told me that tell me what your favorite snack is.
It's the Skips.
Yes, there you go.
So I don't know what Skips are, but
that's the guy from Midnight Run, Yaphet Kotto.
It's not. Yaphet Kotto has passed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's Charlie Murphy or Wesley Snipes.
All right. I think you should stop guessing. If I had to guess, he's in Sinners, but I could be wrong.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, he likes a snack called Skips, which is interesting because Skips sounds like one of those terms they would use on a podcast to refer to an ethnic group. It's like, oh, yeah, there were a bunch of Skips moved into town, so we had to leave.
I guess. Oh, no, this is the guy from fucking Captain Phillips.
No, he's not the captain now.
It's not him?
No, let's go back to Alan Cumming.
No.
So he's heading over to some recognizable faces.
Timothy and Kylie. Can I?
So for our audio audience, Timothy Chalamet, Kylie Jenner, not Kylie Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, I believe. So here he goes.
Timothy and Kylie. Can I interest you in a packet of scampi fries? Yeah?
What a babe.
Maybe,
Holy
Kylie,
shit.
have you ever had your gums around a giant jammy dodger? You have now, darling. Let me see.
I mean, it's very funny to ask if she's ever wrapped her lips or her gums around a jammy dodger. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like black cock. So it's very funny, but she's a reasonably good sport. You know, those Jenner Kardashians aren't always good sports about things when they happen. But I thought it was funny. There was like, there was outcry about it. And I'm like,
Joe skit. We got to see Kylie Jenner. She's a babe. We got to see I Am the Captain. I mean, it's all good.
I believe that was Bill Cosby, although I could be wrong.
Okay.
There was also some attention to a very unlikely presenter, one Paddington Bear.
Good evening, everybody. You all look rather surprised to see me. Do you know, I'm as surprised as you are. I don't usually talk in front of lots of people, and there are rather a lot of you. But my Aunt Lucy says you have to face your fears.
How do you feel about Paddington dropping references to the recent movie series of Paddington films, not just the books from back in the day?
So uncomfortable when you have the mixed bag of audience. No one knows how to react to this stupid fucking puppet.
I thought about this being our Who Are These Bears segment, but I wanted to get in here. You go ahead and read that from Labyrinth Mystic.
Yeah, Labyrinth Mystic says French bread equals baguette. That's what he spelled it P-H-A.
P-H, yeah.
So you know he's saying baguette.
He must be saying baguette. Yes, exactly.
Right. Excellent. Thank you for the two.
Speaking of baguette.
Unless it's a snake. Then you have to walk away very slowly. Now, Mrs. Brown said that me giving this award is something called a first for BAFTA.
How can you just look at this and go, I feel so bad for Paddington because he's bombing on an award show.
He is. We need Tourette's guy to make an appearance during this as well.
Tourette's guy will show up. The worst thing is that he actually presented an award, did the great Paddington Bear.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Tourette's guy gave the award.
No, Tourette's guy is the subject of a film. And this woman is accepting for her award. It's this movie called, I think, Boone, and it sounds terrible. It's about like Indian children growing up without parents and living in squalor. But look who's on stage while she's having this very serious conversation.
As human beings, that is forgiveness. So thank you, BAFTA, for giving us not only an award, but
fucking bears there. This should be part of Who Are These Bears?
So Paddington Bear is fucking standing there while she's talking about the tragedy. And it made up for the fact of how much he bombed in his initial segment.
So serious, and this fucking bear is there. Jesus.
Yeah.
That is
all right.
incredible.
So there was this moment where Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage. I'm going to play the moment, and then I'll explain the moment as to what it was. Easy, believe it or not, you were not the only person who sent this clip to me. This is something that a lot of people wanted to make sure we got. My buddy Ryan Rebalkin from the Best of the Worst podcast, Hot Gilf 69 in the Discord. Obviously, this wasn't going to be a stone he left unturned. So let's take a look at what happened while these two gents were on stage.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making. We're here to celebrate.
I have never it's impossible to have a straight face when that happens.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they just move on with it. Let's go to the videotape.
Presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
And go ahead and read that.
Chad's missing upper lip. Says that's what I sound like driving home. Oh, Jesus.
You chose to put that up on the screen. I appreciate that. So what we have here is there was a gentleman in the crowd. His last name is Davidson, and a film that I think people are surprised won, for actor. There was a BAFTA award for Best Actor that, all the people you'd expect, all the real American actors, you know what I'm talking about, easy, right?
Right, sure.
Leonardo DiCaprio, the Timothy Chalamet's, and so his name is Robert Aramayo, and he won for this film that is called I Swear, and it's about a gentleman who has Tourette syndrome. And the gentleman who has Tourette syndrome is there in the crowd. So we have on this network, there's been a lot of coverage of Tourette's girls in the years, especially. That was the beat on Who Are These Socials. But we visited with Balin Dupree here on this show. And there's always the argument that those girls are faking it because they've never had a moment like this.
Part of movie making.
And the fact that you can pull back and have the level of restraint and not do that makes me wonder, is Balin faking it? And I know Karl's not going to want to hear this. I mean, that's his girl. And
I don't think she is. I think that this guy is. I think it was like when you're 3-0 and you're a power hitter
sure.
who can also hit for average, and you get the green light. That's what they told Tourette's guy.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, you've got a perfect opportunity. Make sure it's good and quiet. In fact, he probably had the prompter script in front of him of when to drop it. I'm that convinced that this is an inside job.
There was a word that we heard there that it's got a different vowel sound, but it sounds similar to ninja. So that you're saying that he just had one of those little blue index cards with the BAFTA logo on the back, and that word was written on it?
No, I'm saying that he was reading what B. Jordan and the other guy at a good point to jump in with the solid N-word, and then he let it fly, and then he realized he's magic now. This is also great publicity for the BAFTAs. Again, I'd never heard of this until this moment right here.
Sure.
And more in my conspiracy theory, this happened 2 hours before air. These assholes could have edited the thing out, but they're like, fuck that. Let's leave it in, when I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. Well, you'd want this viral moment to happen.
Yes.
And Easy, I'm glad you pointed that out, because someone in our Discord pointed out that Ankanola Davies Jr. had a comment about a free Palestine. And that was cut out of the BAFTAs, this same award show.
Yeah.
So this let fans know that the coverage wasn't live, and the N-word parentheses hard R that was shouted at Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo could have been edited out. So
it didn't, because they love it. They love that word.
I mean, these are the Brits. You're not entirely wrong. I mean, I feel like that could be kind of a popular word there. Is that what you're getting at, Easy?
I think they knew what moves the meter. And shouting the N-word from off mic by Tourette's guy, it's perfect storm. It's absolutely the perfect storm.
And Eric Connor tried to figure it out. All 4 ones, I swear, gave me Tourette's too.
He also earlier wrote, is that a vital part of filmmaking? And I'm not sure what that is in reference to.
Was it the gentleman yelling out? I guess there's a lot of questions. Yeah, it could have been.
I apologize for not getting to that earlier. We also have this one that rolled in. And what does that mean? Is I don't know that currency.
Those are called euros. They use those in a place called Europe.
Okay, I've heard of it. Euro.
Yeah.
He says, wait, I need to share this with Karl. What is this? Who are these clubfoots Does Karl's mom wife really need more money to stay with a Just Do It?
If I had to guess, Dang Lizard might have written that in a voice.
Oh.
Wait, I need to share this with Karl. What is this? Who are these
Oh.
clubfoots? Does Karl's mom wife really need more money to stay with it? Just Do It. Wow. I think that's how he wrote it, but
I know who you're doing. I know that impression.
I don't know what that is.
I know what it is, and I can't wait to talk about it. I know the impression you're doing. I think I'm becoming more in tune with all of this shit
More
that goes
dabble
on.
savvy. But listen, the Dabbleverse is important, but so is the world of politics.
Who are these politics? Who are these politics?
Go ahead and read that from the real Anthony. That's actually phenomenal.
It says that guy stole my Radio Hall of Fame speech.
That's
fantastic.
That is so fantastic. The real Anthony Cumia, that I'm not even going to call you anything other than the real Anthony Cumia. And it's so funny. Might as well play the clip one more time.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making. We're never stops being funny.
I like how the other guy, I don't know who the other guy is. His eyes get as wide as that black dude in the film Hot Stuff.
So I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss the great JD Vance, our vice president, starting off his remarks and just absolutely crushing it with a zinger that lands in a way that you'd think I wrote it.
President, very much for your leadership, but also for the kind words about me personally. I knew exactly what I wanted to say, but then after the president said that I was so smart and that I didn't want to repeat our congresswoman who froze for 20 seconds over in Munich, now I'm tempted, sir, just to freeze for 20 seconds and just stare at the cameras, and maybe they'll say nice things about me like they do about Congresswoman Cortez. But I have three very brief messages.
What the fuck's he talking about?
There were so many words. Remember, we looked at AOC last week where she was asked that question about Taiwan.
Yeah, she did the word salad.
Yeah, and she absolutely did that. And, we pointed out that, yes, she's very stupid. But I don't know that he was necessarily ready to make that joke.
No,
he hadn't thought. He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
By the way, someone that I follow on X pointed out, borrowing from the great Norm Macdonald talking about the Carrot Top movie, Chairman of the Board, but I bet it's spelled B-O-R-E-D, said Board of Peace, more like B-O-R-E-D. And if I knew I was going to say that, I would give them credit. But instead, we move on to President Trump also talking about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, asked while on Air Force One.
Kind of a little bit of a swipe at AOC today, and I was just wondering.
Well, her performance was horrible. I was surprised, actually. I didn't know she was stupid.
So, how would you have answered the question that she was asked about whether the U.S. should support Taiwan if they're ever attacked by China?
So this reporter's like, I'm going to have a gotcha moment. How would you have answered that question? You think you're going to flap the Dawn?
Well, I would have just said that it's none of your business right now, because I wouldn't answer that question anyway. I wouldn't respond to a question like that. That's war. When it comes to war, you don't talk about your strategy. She could have done that very easily. She had no idea. I don't think she knew what Taiwan was. That was the problem. But you don't talk about military strategy. She could have taken an easy pass on that one. That was not a good answer. Could be death-defying, because I suspect that'll be used in every campaign for the next 30 years against her.
You know, it pains me to say it, but he's fucking right.
He's right.
A brilliant fucking handling of that.
Yeah, because the reporter's like, what would you say? Well, I wouldn't answer that. That's a terrible question.
He's actually getting better at handling those sorts of things. I will say that.
It depends on the day, so you're absolutely right. There's other days where we'll have to get into it next week. He's starting to look like Biden sometimes, trying to walk out doors that don't open behind him on stages. But if we had done this show in the middle of last week, I would have been convinced that this was actually the president of the United States, Donald John Trump, calling in to C-SPAN to talk about how disappointed he is with the Supreme Court ruling striking down his tariffs. I don't care about any of that. But John Barron is a publicist, a fake publicist that he used to use. He would be on conference calls. He would be on conference calls as John Barron. And sometimes he would have John Barron schedule appointments, media appearances. So C-SPAN gets a call that X was only too happy to start pointing to, like, well, clearly this is real.
John in Virginia, Republican. Let's hear from you.
Well, this is John Barron, and this is the worst decision you've ever had in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But this is a terrible decision. And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope.
So the impression's all right.
But every fifth word sounds like Trump, but it is at all, in my opinion, even close to.
No, Shane Gillis does it better. If Shane Gillis had called in and said he was John Barron, I think more people might have believed it. But people wanted to believe it.
Right.
So as he goes on, they're like, I can't believe this is him.
You have Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy.
Can't cook a cheeseburger is a reference to he did a staged photo op where he was grilling some hamburgers and they were raw with the cheese already on them. So it was clearly that he wasn't actually cooking them. It's one of my favorite things that ever happened. So that's why I thought I would explain it. I'll let John Barron go on.
But true Americans will not be happy. And you have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat, but she said she's disgraced. She's devastated.
All right,
by
John.
this.
We'll go to Chester, who's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Sure,
Democratic
Chester is the next name.
Yeah, Chester's the same guy on hold.
Chester the molester.
I feel like that's one of those ones, and those are some of the great, Captain Jenks, who used to make prank calls for the Howard Stern show. You don't expect to get to keep talking. He probably thought he was going to be hung up on, right?
Well, exactly. And the only funny thing really about these is the scrambling by the personality who happens to be leading. By the way, how is it that this is still that simple to get on these shows? It's remarkable to me.
Well, C-SPAN is pretty easy because they take phone calls a lot when they're not showing debate in the House or the Senate or whatever. So the phone number's out there a lot. I can't imagine, they probably have one call screener. And this is the Chuck Schumer reference that I was telling for our visual audience. Those sausages are cooked. Those burgers are not ready for the cheese yet. Anyone who's ever been anywhere near a grill, anybody who's even been near a frying pan, you should know it's not time for the cheese yet.
And that face right there, that's a face of a man who's eaten a child's ass. That's a face of that.
YouTube terms of service, when we do things here, it's always in satire and parody. I don't think anybody actually believes anything remotely like that. Fucking trying to do to me here. So I've got one more clip. Chuck Todd used to be the moderator of Meet the Press. There's a podcast now, so he's basically us. Easy. So Chuck Todd has a podcast. His guest was George Conway, political advisor. His wife, Kellyanne Conway, is on the other side of the political spectrum. She's very pro Donald Trump. George Conway is someone who has always been anti-Trump, and he really leans into it in this clip that made me laugh.
I would never call a president of the United States of any party a fucking piece of shit on a podcast until today. He is a fucking piece of shit. Okay? And this is where we are. All right? Someday I would, I want to go back to an America where I can't make the case that the president is a fucking piece of shit. All right. Where I would never think of using that language, even when he did something bad or she.
No, it's he. It's he. We're talking about president. That's a job that the man has.
And Opie's looking at Conway saying, why you backlit so poorly?
Yeah, that's true. I do like that Chuck Todd is enjoying all of this. If this were, 2 years ago and somebody was saying like, well, Joe Biden is a fucking piece of shit, he would have tripped over himself. Like, oh, come on, you can't say that about the president. Probably would have, even George W. Bush. Go ahead with Chad's missing.
Yeah, Chad says podcast is making all boomers try to be cool and edgy. Fuck you. I'm probably older than that guy.
Oh, then George Conway? You actually might be. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get to our main event, but I do have to tidy up something from last week. So we need to do basically a drive-by over in the world of sports, because there was something we played last week that we now have the follow-up for.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's the side.
If the name Danica Mason doesn't ring a bell, this clip we showed last week will seem familiar to probably everyone in our audience.
The price of coffee over here is actually fine. It's more the price of coffee in the US that we are going to have to get used to. I'm not sure about the iguanas. Where are we going with that one? But anyway, let's get into today's sport, because there is plenty happening back home. We're going to start off with some actual Brisbane Broncos gearing from the their trip to the US.
So you remember drunk Australian chick from last week, right?
Yeah, a lot of vibes of like Miss South Carolina in that too.
Yeah.
She was a little more less slurry, but that was quite a slurry little thing there, and she, I guess, wasn't hearing it. Is that a thing when you're drunk talking? You don't sound in your ears.
You think you sound okay? Yeah, it's like, okay, Mom, I'm just gonna go to bed now. I'm very tired, but it sounds like it actually sounds like what the Tourette's guy yelled out. So she was back on the air either the next day or the day after.
I just want to take a moment, if that's okay, just to apologise. Look, I totally misjudged a situation. I shouldn't have had a drink, and especially in these conditions. A drink.
Okay.
She's saying she had a drink.
You had several drinks.
Yeah.
And quit apologizing. No one. I'm happy. You should have said, I'm sorry that I don't do this every day. That would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Like she had one drink, but it was an entire box of wine.
It's cold. We've got altitude, and not having had dinner probably didn't help as well. But I want to take full responsibility.
You're not. You're blaming the altitude
that I set for myself.
So I agree with you, but then I decided to do a little homework. We do sometimes do a little fact checking on this show. And I decided to look for other photos of her when she's not working. So I looked for Danica Mason. Here she is. This is from her Instagram. And yes, absolutely. Apology accepted. No worries. But this is really the one that I think anybody wants to see. So you're okay to have, I don't know, 3-4 more drunk on.
Yeah, drink more.
Yeah, please do.
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I know that a lot of people might have wanted to tune in to check out us talking about a different topic. And I wanted to start the show early this week because I didn't want to get distracted by that topic. I am, of course, very excited for the opportunity to talk about it. And this is a segment we've never done before.
Who are these Kevin Brennan? My brother is famous and I am not. Chad is my only friend, and that says a lot. He didn't get the anchor spot on SNL. Now he's doomed to super chats until his final farewell.
Doug from the Jingles department, always doing such great work for us. And the video went a little longer than it was supposed to. That's on me, but it's all right. You know, what are we worried about here? What did you think of that song? Was it too quiet? Should I boost it?
No, I think it was great. Everything about your audio clips and your jingles are perfect. So
okay, good. I'm glad you feel that way. So since we were last on, we were lucky enough to be clipped by the Great Pest, who is one of the great clippers out there in the Dabbleverse. And he was the one who clipped us talking about my appearance on Hughezy's show. And I think everybody doesn't watch this show every week. They also don't follow the Dabbleverse bullshit. You tried, and it's hard for you. But I want you to explain, refresh for people what it is we're about to start talking some more about.
Okay. So when we were on our show last week, reviewing the previous night's Rage Out by Christian on Stevie Lou, Kevin found it.
Yeah.
And he reviewed us reviewing Christian, which sounds, I'm encapsulating what goes on in the Dabbleverse, right? It's all this shit.
It's a lot of this kind of stuff. And I don't plan for us to do this segment regularly, but I wanted to do it this week. Yes.
From my perspective, I have heard in my time short bursts of Kevin Brennan, and I've always laughed when he's mean to people. I love that, and I've always found that to be funny. So I go, oh, well, this is perfect. He's going to talk about us, and I like him, so okay.
Yeah,
so,
I interestingly, I actually have a clip of Eric Zane from the Eric Zane Show.
I love Kevin Brennan. He is, to me, one of the funnier people that exists. I can't say that his show is funny because it's basically just him picking fights with other members of the Dabbleverse. And I guess I am now somehow a target. And I don't know how the hell I got to be a target. Like I said, I'm the one guy that finds all that shit funny.
Anyway, that's you talking about him.
Yeah, so there's the proof. There's the proof.
The reason you're here on this network to begin with is Karl made fun of your show ages ago.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, that's really funny. Yeah.
And so Eric Dane died.
He did.
And then fuckhead saw us talking about Stevie Lou, and then he started ripping us. And then the next thing I know, of all people to die, Eric Dane dies.
Yes. Eric Dane from Grey's Anatomy died. This is February 19th. So this is last week. He died on Wednesday. And don't worry, you know me, Easy. You know I'm going to be here equipped with a visual that and I made a post about how I saw this story, and selfishly I was relieved that it was Eric Dane and not at Eric Zane Show.
Yes.
He laughed about it.
Right.
I'm just going to say great minds think alike because White Guys Comedy, MLC on Rumble. What did he write?
He wrote, I hope Eric Zane is I can't do a Kevin impression.
I hope Eric Zane is next. See, that's his big one, though. He has the other one. Oh, I hope Eric Zane is next. He's got there's different levels.
Okay. So now to me, a fucking schlep like me, this is as big as it gets. All right. This is my fucking Super Bowl. All right. Yeah. I was like telling everybody I know that this droopy face fuck wants me to die. That's great.
And you did respond, me too. Because if you didn't write me too, I would have. But
you told me, Chris. Hey, I can't take credit for that. Chris goes, yeah, you got to write me too.
I was going to let you take credit for it, but I appreciate that. I appreciate
that.
Yeah.
But okay, so here we are. But at the time, I also watched his show, and I'm a little annoyed because of how fucking boring it is. So I know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, I may or may not know how this got on his radar, and that's not important. But he did spend a lot of time talking about us. And Easy, this is also a clip of you from the Eric Zane Show.
Who are these broadcasters needs to strike back at Kevin Brennan? Nothing to strike back about. No, I have always buttered my bread by inviting that and embracing that.
You and I butter our bread differently because I thought that it would be fun to spend a little time talking about. A lot of people watched that clip. Now, I did mention that the Great Pest clipped it. It was also a segment on Dabbleverse Live. In fact, thanks to the Great Pest, who just gave us a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Pest. We appreciate you clipping our show. We appreciate you being here. I know we haven't done anything yet clip-worthy. That's fine. If we do at some point, that's fine. So Empty Daily, thank you for pointing out, just because that ass said you make no money, Bears, we'll get to the money part of it. Now that we talk about MLC, a show that does make money, says the real Anthony Cumia. Yes, we will certainly talk about it, the fact that show absolutely makes money.
So we're told.
Well, it's on Playboy. Playboy don't lie. If
What is that again?
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Is that how this fucker finds out about? I've never heard of this.
To be fair, he did mention that Shuli was the one who told him about Playboard. It shows you how much everybody makes during their live streams. But I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
All right, sorry.
Okay. So the first thing that I noticed on, I guess this was Thursday, our buddy Karl started talking about this. And in the clip they showed, Stevie Lou asked if Karl pays us. And in the clip, I said that, yeah, we split the chat money, the super chat money, 3 ways between Eric, Zane, Karl, and myself. And he was beside himself. And what I didn't realize is that I was actually wrong.
I'm going to point something out, and it really doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. I don't take any money from WATB. I give 100% of the money to Christian and Zane.
All right.
So
that's even more.
With that said, I'm not surprised that Christian didn't know that, because I think our original plan, it's just not a lot of money there. So
Yeah, Karl's not wrong. Karl is definitely not wrong.
He's got enough money for a pack of smokes.
Yeah. And when we started the show, Karl was on with us. And him leaving, and Blind Mike goes on to make the point that if he did take a third, it would be fine.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I don't give a shit who takes what.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So, in fact, I want to let Blind Mike make his point, because he's so handsome.
So, I'm giving them as much as I can to do that show. I appreciate those guys. They put a lot of effort into it, and I appreciate that. So they do get 50.
Do these guys put a lot of effort into it, Easy?
You do.
Okay.
I do not.
I appreciate you.
I start putting effort in 1 minute before the show starts, and I stop putting effort in 1 minute after the show ends.
Well, we might be looking at somebody who puts in effort, I don't know, about 2 hours into their show. But anyway.
50 cut. But if there was a lot of money there, I would take a cut, because yes,
and
it is
you
on
should.
my channel, and it is part of, the WATP network. So whatever. It's neither here nor there. It's just funny that Steve Lou's like, that monster takes a third. I'm like, I'm not even taking a third from this guy.
But I didn't even get, so my thing would be, let's say that's a high percent. If that's your argument, a third seems pretty high.
Right.
And you want to argue Karl should only get 10% or 5% or 8%, whatever your number is in your head. That's not my business. That's up to Christian and Eric Zane.
We are perfectly happy with the deal that we thought we had, which is actually a worse deal than the deal we actually have.
Right.
So I did super tip. I did super tip a little, basically as soon as I saw that.
Is here to hang out. He says, I honestly learned that me and Zane get 100% of the money. On the one hand, thank you, Karl. On the other hand, maybe we just do a dog shit show.
What am I doing with my life?
Yeah. So
and wasn't that supposed to come through in a voice though?
There's you can send text tips or voice tips, and I decided not to use Howard Stern for that, or Balin Dupree or whatever. But
I want to do that.
We can do it on the show. I'm just dragging my feet. So yes, so that's the way it comes down to. King Caprese, great to see you. Thanks for all the contributions of yours that we get on the show. Thanks to the Discord. 100% of this should go to Karl. You're right, but it won't. You're going to get $1. I get $1. The real Anthony Cumia, you're usually so fun. He said you put effort into this. When? Which one of you are you talking to? Because I've done this show where I've only had 1 hour of sleep.
I would guess Christian puts on a light end 7 hours a week of time pre-show, high end 15 hours.
Yeah. That's
Monday a night job.
There's a point coming up where we're going to have to do the show on a Monday night. And I hate that, because I need Monday to be, my kids need to be at school so that I can actually do this. Sorcerer Gypsy, if you were making a ton of money, wouldn't you leave WATP? Listen, if we're making so much money that somebody offers okay, you want to be crazy, Sorcerer? If Netflix is like, yeah, we want this show, we'd still have to include Karl into it, because he's a producer of the show.
His network.
Yeah. How did anybody ever see this? How did many of you watching right now? You don't know me from the Blackcast. you know?
Yeah, you guys know the magic, okay?
Yeah.
The magic we've created with all these amazing shows, despite the fact that Karl's trying to destroy everything with his Whitney Cummings sorcery, relegating us to MAGA land Rumble. Despite that, we're still here throwing punches. So, no.
I'm not going to lie. The first day he was back on YouTube last week after having been on Rumble, he did a Whitney Cummings segment, and I was like, uh-oh. But everything turned out to be okay. So, all right. So some more accurate accounting has had to happen. We now understand, and it's embarrassing that we get to keep all that money. YouTube takes a cut. YouTube terms of service. But one of the things that Stevie Lou contended on Hughezy's show was that he made $50,000 over the previous 4 years. And KB did not waste time in responding to that.
He's only off by 36,000. So I did the math. It's all on Venmo. IRS, if you're watching, it's all on Venmo. So come and get it.
Wait a minute. So the guy said he made $50,000 in 4 years, which is not a lot of money.
No, but for doing one of these shows and helping out, that's great. That's great.
He
money.
lied. He only made $14,000 in 4 years.
Why don't we let KB explain?
Come and get it. I want Officer Canfield be there when the IRS audits me. Come and get it, IRS.
I don't get that, old man.
It's all on Venmo. Got it. Stevie has been paid $14,090. Going back to early 2023, he's only off by $36,000.
He just knifed his guy. He knifed his guy.
I mean, that's how they do things over there, though.
That's great. And see, that's why I like him. I love that honesty. That's fucking brilliant.
Look, Stevie Lou signed up for being part of MLC, and honestly, not everybody can hang with that show. And he does a great job in hanging in there with Kevin. One of the things that you always hear people give Kevin credit for is that he pays everybody on his show. Most people, like Stuttering John, brags about not paying anyone who's ever on his show. Kevin Brennan pays everyone. Karl's refunded money to him. Tukey goes on and he says, don't pay me. I don't want you to pay me. But he would pay them for when they're on. And when you watch more MLC, you realize, oh yeah, he really should pay people because they're the ones doing the heavy lifting. I mean, there's a lot of times, there's clips I didn't pull where Stevie Lou stops talking because Kevin's looking at his phone, which he does a lot. He's watching a video. He's otherwise distracted. And Stevie's like, oh, okay. Well, he's distracted.
You're built of better stuff than me because it was so bad. And that breaks my heart saying it because I like Kevin. But it was fucking shitty. It was so bad.
Well, I do have an instance of Kevin Brennan showing us all why he is the GOAT, as he self-identifies, the level of comedy that he provides his audience. And yes, the title of this episode is Mediocre Lazy Comedy. So we just wanted to make sure that we could showcase a little of that. So he talks about how our buddy Liam McEnany, who was on this show, was very interested in Stevie Lou saying that he made $50,000. And KB includes Liam in the conversation.
Somehow Liam was mad about that. Liam was like, wait, Steve, you've paid Stevie $50,000? Liam was so startled, he put down his bag of blue Doritos chips.
Hold for applause.
Nice.
That was it.
That was deliver that line.
That was right up there with that joke that JD Vance told earlier in the show. If you're watching this as a clip, go ahead and check out the whole episode on the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel.
I have a question. Is there a spinal injury or is he hurt?
I don't think so.
Did he sustain some type of spinal injury or something?
I don't think so. I mean, he does ride a bike a lot, so maybe he's hunched over a little too much.
Because he's
Yeah, I see. He doesn't
all that fucking Daryl Stingley shit.
He doesn't do live stand up anymore, but he does turn up at things. He makes appearances. People saw him in AC.
I think he's ill.
He tried to go to a Stuttering John show. He's going to one this weekend, I think. So I don't think so, but you seem to have a better eye for that.
Yeah, he's there's something wrong with him. He has some type of disability, I believe.
Yeah, and you keep trying to show a super chat. So
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That was Labyrinth Mystic. He gave us $2 for smokes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate
Newports. Got to be Newports.
See,
I
now
love
you
Newports.
know the lingo, right? You know the lingo. You know what Newports mean from the show.
Yeah.
And you know what piazzas are.
Gay.
All right.
That means gay.
Yeah.
Liam was so, what do you call it? What's the Yiddish word? Kaflempt? Liam almost stopped eating. We'll just leave it at that. He was so taken aback. But
have you ever seen footage of the end of Fernando Valenzuela's career when he's so fat and he's just got nothing on his stuff anymore? Yeah. So welcome to the fat Fernando Valenzuela show. Now, obviously, he's the GOAT because he makes so much money. And this is definitely a longer clip. Maybe we don't hang with the whole thing, but he leans into our buddy Hughezy, the great Adam Hughezy, the H-Man Hughes. Hit the like button. Head over to Hughezy Entertainment. That's where this episode that there's been so much attention to originally came from. And Count Eric Connor. Take WATB to John, Ava, or Stevie's networks. John does have the Stuttering John podcast network, and I'm sure he would only take 90% of the gross. Sorcerer Gypsy. Thus Stevie have roughly stuff. Okay, so Stevie gets roughly $75 a show. How about WATB? I'm glad you asked that, Sorcerer, because as we're about to point out, it's not all about money. I mean, it is to KB, and he really wants to call out Hughezy. Oh wait, no, I get it. Yeah, Family Doritos is a callback for MLC. That's great.
Can I just rattle through
funny.
There's a bunch. I
Oh
apologize.
no, I didn't realize there were so many.
Liam
No, Liam, what are you trying to say? This is the great Liam McEnany. Liam is saying not everyone gets paid.
Okay,
Brennan, I was just giving you credit for paying everyone. You don't pay Liam? Well, Liam, I'm sure he lets you promote your stand-up special on Amazon Prime West Coasting. I'm sure he lets you talk about that. So MLC money is greater than stand-up money. Thank you, Sorcerer. I do. Listen, I appreciate the explanation. I can't sit through that show that much either, so I don't know all these things. And it's simpler. That's his disability. Okay, look, I said I didn't think he did. Liam points out that I hate MLC so much that he does all of KB's slang. I know 2 of them, and the Mike Piazza one hits very hard because of the level of Mets fan that I am. He's probably
that was his originally. He said that.
No. He says it because the implication that Mike Piazza is gay.
Okay, gotcha.
That comes from KB.
All right.
And
anyway, I wanted to get those. Thank you to everybody who sent that cash along.
All right. So, and look, the money's the important part. Our buddy Rocco always says money before funny. So the money comes in, you let me know.
Hughezy Entertainment.
Okay, so he's looking now. This is on that Playboard app that he likes so much.
Awkward. These long. It's worse. More pauses.
$2,608 total.
Okay.
Total revenue. We're equals though, right, Ray? That's what Ray's like. Kevin does a show, Dabblever's show, and I do too. So.
Well, this all started from Hughezy's show.
Well, yeah, but it isn't like Hughezy. Was Hughezy talking shit about him?
No, I mean, he probably said a thing or two, but it was mostly me. Look, I knew what I was doing. Stevie Lou was in the chat. He was, being Stevie Lou in the chat. So I did call out the fact that I saw them, and then he asked for the link. And Hughezy did the right thing. He said, "Do you guys mind if we bring Stevie Lou on the show?" I said, "No, bring him on.
Okay.
It's fine." Yeah. Okay.
We're equals. Me and Hughezy are equals. We've been around base, about 10 years, both. I have 200 more subscribers. His total revenue is $2,608 total. Everybody see that? $2,600. $2,600.
Now that's that cadence that Chris Rock will use when he's about to, deliver a great joke. So KB is repeating. Look, I do this too. You see me do it when you're stalling for time because he wants to try to find something, and we'll let him find it. That's fine. It's not still paused, by the way. It's moving now. Yeah, just so you know.
$2,600.
You remember that? Hughezy, and the whole time he's had his channel, has made $2,600 easy. Okay. What are you going to do about it?
Come on.
Now we'll go to my channel.
Oh, wow. Let's go to your channel, KB.
My channel.
Yeah.
MLC Podcast.
Sure. What do you got?
Did that say 426,000?
With this, shall we?
Yeah, let's see what he's
I wish I was high like Josh Wolf. That'd be silly. Right, Tom?
Did I see $426,000?
Yeah, I mean, he makes a ton of money.
That's outstanding.
He's going to tell you how much he made compared to Hughezy. And
Wouldn't that be silly?
All right. Why didn't he have this ready to go? I don't understand why.
Oh,
that's what I made.
Wow, what a great question, Easy. Yes. Why didn't he have he knew what he wanted to talk about? And look, John does his show the same way. I'll figure it out while I'm on the air. And this is what I'm talking about. All the heavy lifting that Stevie Lou has to do. He's not on yet. But, Kevin's looking for things and he has to find it. But look, they have the big audience. And, well, he must make a lot of money because he's taking all this time. So,
is Eve Tukey? 12/31/25. I made $2,400 in one night. I practically made what Hughezy's made his whole career.
Why does he say Hughezy? What?
Oh, I mean,
anyway,
he lives in New Jersey. I don't know.
What's crazy about this is I don't think he realizes that that's not really a flex.
No, the amount of money. Listen, it's great. I'm glad that people give money to a show that they like. I wish people liked this show more, but that's fine. He'll talk about our show.
Right.
But I just wanted to make the point that if money is the indication of quality, I wanted to point out the top 10 grossing comedy tours of 2025. There might be some diminishing returns. Nate Bargatze definitely deserves $56 million. Kevin Hart, I might be a little tired of the act, but $43 million, good for him. Sebastian Maniscalco, $42 million. Then we can start to really call into question, Gabriel Iglesias, aka Fluffy. He's very popular with a certain ice-fearing contingent. $35 million. He must be the fourth funniest person on the planet.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Weird Al Yankovic. I'm going to have to agree. He is the fifth funniest person on the planet. Matt Rife is the sixth funniest person in comedy with $27.9 million. This close, Matt. And has nothing to do with how handsome he is. Jeff Dunham. You know Jeff Dunham with the
puppet guy. Yes.
He's phenomenal. He is the pinnacle. He's the zenith of comedy. $26.1 million. Wow, Jeff Dunham. Wow, $26 million. You remember Joe Coy?
No.
A couple years ago, he hosted the Golden Globe.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Before Nikki Glaser.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And there's Nikki Glaser. And I actually think she's very funny. She can be. We've had clips. Jim Gaffigan. Okay, there's the 10 funniest people on earth.
I hate that guy.
Anyway. You don't like Jim Gaffigan?
No, he's horrible.
Because Pop-Tarts aren't funny to you. Or
He's
Hot
not
Pockets.
funny.
I'm sorry. Hot
He
Pockets.
is not
Pop-Tarts
funny. Anybody who likes Jim Gaffigan is an idiot. He sucks.
Eric, I'm going to have to disagree with you because Money Before Funny,
Okay.
he made $15.7 million
All right.
just touring last year. He gets residuals on some of the shows that he's done and things. So, KB, here's the 10 funniest people on the planet. I think some of them are incredibly talented. And others, what, Fluffy's probably funny for certain people, but just not for me.
I think one of the most debilitatingly awful things to think about is you've got a guy, a writer from a comedy background, comedy family, was on Saturday Night Live.
For a little bit.
He's
for a little
comparing himself to Schleps, who came out from nowhere and just talked on a podcast for some reason. He is so punching down that, he's not even punching down anymore. He's punching sideways. And that has to fucking hurt to some degree. And that has to be painful. I would fucking weep if my face looked like that and I was that blind that my glasses had to be that thick and I'm throwing punches at one fucker with club feet and another fucker who's got gout feet. Holy shit. What an embarrassment.
Well, I'll agree with you to this extent, Easy. He should not know who either of us are, for sure.
Right.
You know, it's fine. And probably Stevie Lou talking about his money on Hughesy's show was what got his interest. However that got to KB. I do want to make one more point. Here's the top grossing films of all time. So we have a proud cinematic tradition in this company and in this country. And I want to point out that obviously the greatest film of all time is Avatar, which interestingly is not the best Avatar film in the Avatar series. The second and third films are much better. The second greatest film of all time, Avengers Endgame, might not disagree with that. But look, they're at number 3. Avatar, The Way of Water. Titanic, that's the 4th best movie ever made. I don't know what Neja 2 is, but good for it. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. That's the best Star Wars. You know that one, the J.J. Abrams one?
Yep.
That's the best Star Wars. It
Clearly
made the most money. Another Avengers, a Spider-Man, Zootopia 2, which was just out earlier this year. Jurassic World is better than Jurassic Park. So I just wanted to belabor the point just a little bit that money is not the be all and end all. If Eric Zane and I were here for money, we wouldn't have done this show for so long. Sorcerer says, this makes no sense. It's not comparable or relevant. No, money means the best. KB's got the finger. Stevie Lou
right.
has it.
He's the one talking about it.
He's
the
the GOAT.
With that.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the best. He makes the most money. And then Hamilton Berger says WATB is more of a lifestyle brand than a money-making biz. Exactly. I think when you're feeding your family, yes, money is greater than everything. That's fine. So clearly he does the best show. And the real Anthony Cumia, who, oh, you're one of the haters, real Anthony Cumia. I don't think fat Liam being fat is an in joke. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not like, oh, we're going to get the Doritos joke. And I agree, by the way. Liam says we need to double down and get Dennis Regan a show. His brother, Brian Regan, is really well known. Dennis Regan, also a comedian, I believe was a comedian first. Brian Regan is the success. So, Liam, I don't know why you're talking about Dennis Regan compared to his more successful brother. I'm not quite sure what you're going for there. But let's get back to KB counting some pennies.
Huh? We've been doing our shows the same amount of time.
This is him still
give or
talking
take
about
a couple of months.
Yeah.
And we have the same amount of subscribers, give or take a couple of hundred subscribers. Yet, I made $2,459 on one night, Tukey.
So he's got a beef.
He's made 26.
He's got a beef with Tukey.
He just keeps mentioning Tukey because I think Tukey has made points to this. So sometimes, and I think it's like a crutch. He's just basically, saying like,
all right,
what do you think, Tukey?
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm still trying to figure out where
it's incredibly hard to follow all of this.
No, it is. And he's shitty at it. This is so bad.
I went through a 3-hour and 16-minute episode, and I've only clipped the stuff relevant to, well, except for one thing. Because the show's all over the place. He starts showing other videos and then he goes back. And,
yeah, I noticed that. He'll be doing this and all of a sudden he's playing a video about there was a fire somewhere. And he has no jokes. No jokes whatsoever.
Yeah, well, it is mediocre, lazy comedy. There's somebody named Permaseal who I guess might be one of the pay pigs. Since we have so many MLC fans in here, you tell me who Permaseal is. I think he fixed his flat tire on a bike once. I'm just trying to figure it out from context. So he was showing clips for Permaseal. I want to get through this takedown of Hughezy, who, by the way, does a tremendous show. I love being on Hughezy's show. It's so much fun. Go over to Hughezy Entertainment Television. And while you're there, hit the like button. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It doesn't count. I love doing Hughezy's show. It's so much fun. So go over to Hughezy Entertainment, hit the like button, maybe even get a membership for yourself. All right, Hughezy. So there you go. You can have that. All right, let's get back to this.
600 in his whole career. Huh? Tukey? Come on, Tukey. Should I not have paid anybody for that, Tukey?
Apparently, you don't pay everyone. Liam, were you on the New Year's Eve show? Did you get paid?
Should I be like, come on, guys, it's my channel. Come on, guys. Guys.
Oh, stop.
All right. We can move on from that. The best part is when it gets beyond the money, and he's going to talk about our money, and he's going to talk about us. He starts off with me. Your show that you host.
Promote you show, you Christian DMC clown. This guy's a nothing.
Pretty much. I mean, that's fine. You can, you have credits, you have background. That's fine. You can think I'm a nothing. It's when somebody like Stevie Lou calls me out for being this is very confusing because there's 3 of me. Actually 4 of me on the screen because there's our logo. Christian, this is Lou Zur. Christian, I liked you as Dennis's show, but now I want to see more spurging out on Stevie Lou. I feel like that's a one-time thing. Stevie Lou was on Hughezy's show again over the weekend. He didn't come in as hot, and I wasn't there.
It just pissed him off. It was a genuine rage. Okay, and let me just say for Christian, he's pretty even keel, and for him to rage out like that, and that's what bummed me out about this goddamn clip because it's a great clip, and fucking Droopy Dog fucks it all up and doesn't give the goddamn clip its due because he's so wound up in trying to be an asshole. It was a funny fucking clip. It was a great rage moment for sure.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Stevie's spurging out on his own. But let's get back to this.
This guy works for free for Karl. He made $82 today on his show. Again, these guys are all acting like they're somebody. This guy's a nothing.
$81 is so much money for us, isn't it, Zane?
I would love that.
That's a big day for us.
It is what it is. You work, you do the show, you have a good time. If people come to the party, great. If they don't, that's fine too.
Yeah.
There is no pressure to do this show. We both have good jobs. All right. We don't give a fuck about this stupid fucking show.
Yeah. But I want it to be a good show. And that's why I put so much time.
I take that back.
No.
We do give a fuck, but it doesn't bother us that we don't make any money. We don't care.
Could you imagine if Karl, we need to have a conference call. Let's do it on Zoom. Easy and I need to start be paying what we're worth. Well, you wouldn't see us on here anymore.
No.
Have we ever gotten one of these before?
No, this is never.
We've gotten a 50 before. Jay Wolfenstein, who is a name that I know from some of these other shows. Damn you, Stevie Lou, for making me like Christian Bladt. I will never forgive you, Lou. Never. You know what you're supposed to do when you get a big super chat is put your phone really close to it and then take a picture because you don't want to control F4 and do a screen grab.
By the way, that's $100. I don't know if you said it actually, but thank you. That's very
Jay Wolfenstein with $100. That is phenomenal. Honestly, if you said, Mr. Buddy Lee, MLC is online to snipe you. That's great. That's fully expected. We got $100, and EZ and I are going to split that. All of a sudden, Karl's like, "Well, no, I wasn't taking a cut when you weren't getting $100 super chats. I'm gonna take the $100 super chats, and you can keep the rest." And I would say, Karl, it's a fair deal. That's fine because we don't get a lot of $100 super chats.
Anyway, I got to hear more of this guy, and I'm trying to because he gets tremendous numbers of people watching this show. And was he ever funny? Was he ever like?
Yeah, I've seen him be funny. I've heard appearances from Compound Media, even Opie and Anthony, Jim and Sam. Yes, Kevin Brennan is very funny.
I just wish he would get out of the just who gives a shit? You're in a fucking fight with somebody. Just do something funny.
Well, let's take a look, and it's fine. No one has to like me. It doesn't hurt or get my attention when it's from Kevin Brennan because he's made something of himself. When one of his loser stooges is saying that I'm not talented, it doesn't hurt, but it's also like, where do you get off? But let's get back to this.
He's another Adam Bush.
You mean TV's Adam Bush? known as TV's Adam Bush because he's on TV.
Yeah, when is this fucking saggy face cunt actually had a gig other than this goddamn live stream?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the mess that our screen is with all these little fucking rectangles. I tried to streamline the image from MLC.
No,
it looks worse.
It's fantastic.
He's another Adam Bush. Hey, Karl. Karl's a big name. I don't understand. If Karl's such a big name and Tukey's such a big name, how come Hackamania is still not sold out?
Yeah, easy. You were asking.
Yeah,
that.
I was asking, why isn't that sold out? He's right.
It should be. It should be sold out. It's really. I've been to the first two. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why people aren't going.
The
It's
thing
Vegas.
is, though, in
Vegas
all
in
honesty,
April.
the fact that show is even there.
Yeah.
This guy, does he even do? I think he retired, right? Does he even do shows? He could never do a show like a Hackamania ever.
No, I mean they did. I don't know. He had comedians perform in his hotel room in AC one year, but yeah, I don't think. Look, and whoever it was, that wasn't Jay Wolfenstein. Whoever that was in the chat, that was Sorcerer, says he makes more money from this than he does in stand up. Great, then don't do stand up. It makes it easier. I actually don't care. I just think he's better than this.
You can't.
Well, let me just finish my thought. Easy and we're not better than this. This is the best that we can do.
Well,
Kevin Brennan could do better than this MLC show.
You have ham and eggers off of the street putting a show together, and it does sell out a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I've been there when it's sold out.
Yeah, the Magic Bag in
you.
Ferndale, Michigan sells out every year, doesn't
Yes,
it?
these are fucking people who picked this up as a hobby. You were a writer on Saturday Night Live. And now you look like a quadriplegic sitting there with a deteriorating face and bad vision. This is not anything to brag about, you fucking worm.
What has to happen? They got Nick Ricotta, cokehead Nick Ricotta. They made $61 today.
I thought we made $81.
Okay,
$61.
Is that the guy that eats jizz? Who's the jizz
No,
here?
that's Steel Toe. So Nick Ricotta is the lawyer. He's the other part of the.
Oh, he ate his jizz.
Steel Toe is alleged to have eaten
we
Nick
don't know
Ricotta's
for sure. He must have excellent tasting jizz. Is he going to be in Las Vegas? The guy who jizzed on the chick?
Nick Ricotta was there last year. I'm actually not sure if he's going to be there. We did. Tukey is the one who got that out of Nick. That Aaron did indeed. I believe. Hungrily lap up Nick's man seed off of Aaron's then
allegedly
wife,
we don't know
April Imholt. Yes, okay. So that's Nick Ricotta. And again, these conversations can be very inaccessible, so we'll do our best to explain them.
But he's a big show.
Nick Ricotta, yeah, I mean he's a big YouTuber.
These guys are acting like Stevie. What's your channel? What's your channel, loser?
Who
are these broadcasts? Episode 134, 2026, 218, $61.
Again, I need to point out that is a good show for us. We had some eyeballs on us because we were playing the clips of me on Hughezy's show. $61 is a good day. There are days where we don't crack 10, right, Easy?
Yes, it's shocking. Today is not one of those days, and I think we have Kevin to thank for a lot of that, and our own natural ability to crush.
I don't know if this is the actual panhandler, but Mr. Panhandler, thanks for the 2. KB talks about money more than CNBC. That hack, yes, that's a fact hack. Thank you, Mr. Panhandler. $20. Here you go, because Stevie Lou is a child. Mind your own wallet. Yeah, I mean, what did I say when I heard that Stevie Lou made $50,000? I said, congratulations. That's great. Good for him. No, apparently he was off by $36. And
what else do these people do for money? I'm curious. Like, what does Stevie Lou do for money? What does Kevin Brennan do for money?
This is Kevin Brennan's job now. Okay, but I don't know what else Stevie Lou does.
What do you think? 10 years, 100? I mean, what is he talking like $100,000 a year? Do you think maybe?
Well, no, we saw. Well, yeah, because Playboard only goes back to like 2023. So yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably accurate.
That's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty good.
That's great for
That's pretty good. $61. That's pretty good for two grown men.
Wait, is that edited or was that?
No,
he just kept saying that.
Yeah, that's what he does. Is he keeps saying
2026, 218, $61.
Okay.
At least he's got
that's pretty good.
No editing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. $61. That's pretty good for two grown men.
At any time that I could end the clip with his eyes closed, I did.
Now, there's a friend of mine in the chat that likes me, but I don't know if I should put it up there because I don't know if it's something that you'd be interested in. Are you able to see what I am able to see?
Give me a second, and yes, I can certainly see that. I gotta scroll way down. So is this our most recent super chat?
Yeah, 2:44 p.m.
Oh wait, so it's a super chat or a port chat?
It's not it's a port chat. I just want you to see that who's there. I don't know if everybody can see that.
No, yeah, I'm not interested in that. Yeah,
gotcha.
No, I want to be able to talk. This
so
is my opportunity to talk.
Yes,
because
you can't do it. I asked the boss.
No, I appreciate it.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's fine. He can be in my chat anytime he wants. If he wants his thoughts heard, he's certainly welcome to super chat. And Karl will not get 30%. Okay, that's what I've learned. We showed that clip earlier. But no, what I told EZ is I'm not interested in having anybody on while we talk about this.
Right.
If for some,
even those who lie about how much money they make by $36,000, according to the guy who paid it.
That KB is calling out the IRS there. So, maybe he did make 50 grand, but then he was asked to walk it back, which is funnier. Whatever he makes, he probably should get paid more because of all the heavy lifting he does on that show. But no, Karl actually has a very strict rule on this channel. We're not allowed to give the link to absolute fucking losers. And that's something that Karl told me a long time ago. But let's see what KB has to say.
But this Christian DMZ, just another grifting fucking loser. But Karl's a big name. If Karl is all this star quality, if he's such a magnetism, how come Hackamania is not selling?
He's really invested in Hackamania not selling. I don't know that either of the first two Hackamanias actually like sold out. I don't know. People could walk up at the door.
All I can say is I've seen 4 shows and they've all been sold out.
And that's just WATP. Well, I guess Drew Lane's there too, but still, it's not like 4 or 5 shows. It's a great weekend in Las Vegas, especially in April when, some of you are wearing a fucking mitten to drink your iced coffee.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that more people should go to Hackamania. And if they do, they should use promo code BEARS.
Yeah.
For all this star power, Tukey.
Mm-hmm.
The Hunchback,
that's
Club-Footed Karl.
Yep.
Nick Ricotta.
We call him that too, KB. Club-Footed Karl.
Cokehead is Kid Nick Ricotta. When you go to Woodstock and they have they teach how to weave a basket. Is Nick Ricotta going to teach you how to do coke with his kids?
It's a great joke. He? Great joke. Timely Woodstock. When you go to Woodstock, they teach you like it's still happening now.
Well, he's talking about Woodstock, New York, the town where Woodstock actually wasn't held.
Okay,
and
so
you can do a bunch of dumb hippie shit like that.
Sure.
And for a time, Nick did lose custody of his kids because allegedly, possibly, Steel Toe called the police on them. I don't know if that's true or not. And this was Timothy McDonough. With FSL for $2. Thank you, Timothy McDonough. But back to our show.
Is he going to set up a little booth at Hackamania? You got Anthony Cumia. Still nothing.
Anthony Cumia was added recently, by the way. I feel like within the last month.
Still nothing, but Karl's a big name.
Karl's a bigger name than Eric Zane and I. Yes. Is he a bigger name than Kevin Brennan from SNL for 4 episodes? I don't know.
According to these clowns. I got to do Karl's show.
I love doing Karl's show. It's so much fun being on WATB.
You know what? I think he's jealous. I think this is unbelievable. An unbelievable level of jealousy is what this is.
Do you think he wishes that the MLC network could attract talent of the caliber of Eric Zane and also myself?
I would love to be on that show, and he wouldn't have to pay me. Keep your money.
Yeah. Oh
Buy
yeah,
new
that's
glasses.
that's what I
Whatever
said.
you need.
And listen, full disclosure, Liam asked me while he was doing the show that we clipped. He's like, "Do you want me to see if KB wants you to come on?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'd be happy to explain myself, but I don't need the link. I don't want to be paid. If he wanted to talk to me, I would have gone on. I wasn't sniffing out trying to get it, because there are those who really that link, if they don't get it, it doesn't make their a whole day." Listen, Pop Sculpture, you guys had Tom Myers on. This show is too good for Stevie Lou. I mean, Tom Myers is the funniest comedian in Baltimore. I'm a big Tom Myers fan. We had so much fun going on his show. And I don't know. You're trying to tell me that Stavros is a funnier Baltimore comedian than Tom Myers,
Well,
our friend Tom Myers.
Look, while Karl is too busy trying to destroy the network we've built, we're putting on talented comics like Tom Myers.
Yeah,
So
I
Karl
would
suck a dick, frankly.
I would have Tom on again, but it didn't go over too well with the boss, because that's what we all call Karl, is the boss.
Yeah.
But if Tom wanted to do something with Easy and me on our channels,
Right.
I would be happy to have him over there. But he does sometimes show up in the chat, and he was during our Super Bowl halftime show, which was certainly not the worst Super Bowl halftime show during that stretch of time. Bad Bunny might have been better. And MG82, WATP is the flagship Dabbleverse network. It all starts here. Jealousy is rampant. Thank you, MG82. See, if you say the right thing, we'll put the poor chat up. Henrik Larson, Tom Myers for the win. See, we're big Tom Myers fans. You didn't even know him before he was on the show, right, Easy?
No, I'm a fan now of great comedy like Tom's.
Like Tom Myers, yeah. That's great. Jerry Shepherdini, we knew what we were doing when we tweeted and we titled the episode what we did. Kevin Brennan is more than welcome to snipe and have his comments. I don't know why Stevie was asking for our link if the boss is going live right now, but that's fine. They can watch us. I honestly don't care.
Can you imagine if we are getting sniped, that means there would be
This image you're looking at now would be pushed over, and there'll be at least one more box, maybe another KB. I don't know if Stevie or anybody or Joey C or anybody is on. I'm not quite sure. We baited him. We weren't trying, but we knew what we were doing. Although, see, you did actually tweet something that I saw that I was like, all right, I guess we're not trying to.
Yeah, well, I'm making fun of his shit show. It's an awful show. It's the fucking worst thing I've ever heard. I can't believe any fucking simpleton would turn that on and be like, yeah, this is great. I was so goddamn bored. I was like, this is it? This is what everybody's talking about?
Well, that's the problem, is you actually watched the show. Like, you knew who he was, and you're like, oh, that guy's really funny.
Yeah, I knew he was really, and he is really funny, but this is Kevin Brennan on a show.
Let's see what he was like on this day last week.
These clowns. I got to do Karl's show.
I love doing Karl's show.
Talk about it. Let everybody know what it is.
See, Christian, I'm not
Guaranteed Stevie makes more doing my show than this clown makes doing his show.
So does that mean that Stevie provides a better service, that he
creates
if
it's all dollars and cents?
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Wow. Yeah, I get it. Great. So he makes more money. And you know what I say? Good for you, Stevie Lou. I'm glad you get paid. I'm glad you make money. And it is great that Kevin pays you, because again, as I keep saying, I don't know what part of the show he's sniped or hasn't sniped. Stevie Lou and Joey C was on this show at one point. Everybody who comes on does the heavy lifting while Grandpa fuddles around with his phone and tries to figure out how to share videos that he should have had prepared ahead of time.
Right.
Not sure says Kevin destroyed a camera on Anthony's studio because his nuts were in a bunch, over $100. I wonder if he ever reimbursed Anthony.
Yeah, why didn't somebody stomp that motherfucker? I saw that.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And I think that Kumia gave him basically gas money to make it worth his while to come in and do the show. And that's between KB and Anthony. I try to stay out of other people's pickpockets. And then Clueless Boomer says, I think I'm the Tom Myers of Super Chats, but somewhat self-aware. Don't forget to go up on the last word. Meow. I think I'm the Tom Myers of Super Chats. but somewhat self-aware.
Oh,
that's what he wanted me to do.
He
And I'm
wanted
sorry,
that
Clueless
upwards
Boomer.
inflection.
Yeah, and that's how real comedians talk. Is what I think he's getting at. Oh, we got more. I'm sorry. I'm not used to so many super chats because we usually only make $60, and actually we've made 20.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, that's exactly right. We'll do some shows where like $5 roll in, and now because of Kevin being ridiculously shitty and us being amazing, the fucking cheddar is rolling in. Thanks, you fucking droopy face bitch.
I would I would agree with that. Let's just move on.
That's a fact. Again, he'll be like, well, I don't know my numbers because like they go through Karl's channel. We already saw you made $61. You do one show a week.
Yeah.
So that's $3,000 for the year.
I mean, he goes right to it. He's like, well, how much money are you actually making? Money for funny.
Minus YouTube terms of service. So Stevie makes more than you, clown.
Great.
He's like one of those Make-A-Wish kids that they give a show to is what he reminds me of. It's just so fucking unnerving to look at. You didn't read my super chat, dummy.
Oh, I don't know which one. Who said that? Was this one?
one?
Oh, yeah, we were going to get to it. I'm sorry. F Sorcerer, White Knighting Sorcerer, Sorcerer's Fig. I know what you're trying to say.
I don't know what that means.
So change the vowel in fig, put a different letter there.
Yeah.
Sorcerer's A, fig. That's right. I'll explain it to you off the air.
Yeah, it's not registering. It's
okay.
not.
So
anyway,
we're on clip 8 out of like 30. Anyway, so it's all right. We're not. No, it's not really.
No, let's keep it going. We've got. I am having too much fun roasting this fuck.
I believe we've never cracked 2 hours before, but let's get into what actually set me off and why did it get to that point? A lot of people were commenting that they've never seen me do anything like that, and you may never see it again. But also, I was reached out to by, as I mentioned on last week's show, the Potato wanted to make sure I was okay. Because he's like, it was very out of character. He also wanted me to know that he's Team Stevie Lou, and I respect that. So that's fine.
Between me and you was the fact that you came on the show and nobody fucking talked the whole time you've been here because you don't shut the fuck up.
This is your favorite part of the clip. So again, we're watching your favorite part, where we're also watching KB watch us. This is very confusing.
Even once, just like your boy KB, no one has talked since you've been here.
Yeah, that's how it works. When you just coming over for 2 minutes, you mostly talk the whole time. It's called a hit and run.
So I'll explain for Kevin because he didn't actually watch. Stevie had been on for about at least 10 minutes. I don't want to exaggerate. He might have been on for 15 minutes. And it was infuriating because I would try to talk. There are clips of me answering things that he said, but we really couldn't get in because as I said, he basically bulldozed us. He filibustered. I just wanted to talk. So KB, no, it wasn't a drive-by. He planted himself and didn't shut that big, fat, fucking ugly mouth of his. And I wanted to talk. What kind of a name is Cody?
Okay, look, it doesn't take much of this guy, the Stevie Lou, to piss Christian off. He started, did you sense it? He started to go back there.
I'm all right, though. It's all right. Serenity now.
Hates
you go over, you do a lot of talking, and then you drop off.
But he didn't. He's
not
around.
settling like bug-eyed Shmuel.
Huh?
That's not nice to talk about Shmuel.
What does that mean?
Shmuel's just sitting there. But Shmuel also talks.
Oh,
I don't know why Joey C.
I know
was
who
there.
that guy. All right, he's the old guy.
Joey C. don't have better shit to do?
No, I don't know that Joey C did have better. Sorry, Joey C did have better shit to do. I'm not entirely sure. All right, so we do notice that we have all of these things going on at the same time, and Stevie Lou did respond, and KB is going to watch his guy respond here.
Are you gonna call me a dumb fuck?
Okay.
You use stuttering John
suck.
insults.
Your
on
show
School
is
Buckman.
garbage.
You said dumb fuck like 5 times. You're a great insult comic. You're so fucking
They said the same thing they all do. The same thing Stuttering John does. Oh, yeah, you're insult him back. Insult him back.
I did repeatedly. You didn't hear the yelling. It's all right. It's fine. You were probably looking at something on your phone. It's no problem.
If you're the great insult comic, and
No, I'm
again,
not.
this guy's a fucking nothing.
Sure.
He's a fucking loser.
Probably.
But look at your face. At the
He
end of
does
the
a
day,
show with Karl,
look at
and
your face.
again, I don't know if I saw it yesterday. He was like, "The Karl doesn't pay me."
No, if I'm on Karl's show, no, I don't get paid. I'm on as a guest and it's fun and we hang out. I know there's a whole thing about friends that we may not get to that, some of these people don't think it's important to have friends, a lot of the attention has been on me, and I might go back to some other things, but this is when the great Eric Zane comes up in the conversation, because he's seen you there on the clips for a while. So let's let EZ take some shrapnel.
Why single digit max Eric Zane laughing? Eric Zane is another guy, because at one point I looked up this Eric Zane guy because I thought I knew his name, and then his YouTube channel is it's like E-Rock. These guys are like, no, we used to be. Eric Zane, I think, used to have a show.
You used to have a show. That is true, but you also still have a show. Is that accurate, or am I talking crazy talk?
I guess, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Well, I want to take a step back in the Wayback Machine, because we've seen this before, but I realize this clip is exactly 2 years old today. And this was KB calling out our buddy Eric Zane. So this isn't the first time that he's heard your name.
Karl makes me sick to my stomach, but he goes, Kevin had on MLC Joe Matarese. He's drawing the big names. He actually had on his show this guy Eric Zane. So I look up Eric Zane on YouTube.
By the way, KB looked so much worse in 2024. I am glad that he found an acceptable regimen of AZT that worked for him. And my understanding is you've made a full recovery, KB.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
This guy, I guess, used to be a disc jockey or something. He got
Still
fired probably for being. Anyway, he did his live shows 2/22/24, which was what, today?
Today, yeah. And today's 2/24/24.
58 minutes long. He has 10 views. Show from 2/21/24, 23 views. 2/19/24, 18 views.
You had a great week.
2/16/24, 24 views. These are Kevin Dombrowski numbers.
Hey, they're E-Rock numbers too.
I guess so, yeah.
And Kevin Dombrowski, whoever that is.
Thursday, 2/15/24, 12 views. I mean, Karl, I guess Karl doesn't understand how stupid he is. He shits on Joe Matarese, who's like a professional comedian.
Now, I bet that KB would want to take this back 2 years later, because Joe Matarese was a professional comedian, but now he just asks people if they remember clubs that he went to in South Jersey when he was in high school. There's been some great coverage by our buddy Blind Mike, and also on this network when we still had Who Are These Socials. It's not ridiculous for Karl to point out that having Joe Matarese might not actually be advantageous to the show. Dang Lizard, thank you for €5. Christian, you might be untalented and boring with a barely watchable show, but at least you're not Stevie Lou. Thanks, Dang Lizard.
And I blame any low traffic on Karl anyway. I can't tell you how many times I've had Karl on my show.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, I'm suspended by YouTube.
Well,
and then I have to scramble. True. If I yell out the window, more people are exposed to my show than when you watch it on the platforms. All right?
Yes, right.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't look like the guy who got toxic waste dumped on him in RoboCop.
He definitely looks like that. It's true. And I think he was going for an Ash Wednesday bit because he has a backwards L, but I actually think it's a forwards L, and he had his camera reversed. Maybe I'm wrong, Stevie Lou. I have apologies if the backwards L was the thing that you wanted. Yeah. I mean, Joey C was very nice when I was on Hughezy's show with him. We have talked about how KB basically looks like the fifth Golden Girl. And I think that the most accurate way to describe Stevie Lou is that he does look like a tampon that fell out during a game of beach volleyball, and you got to pick it back up. I don't know what's going on. That beard is crazy, is what I'm getting at.
It's a horrible look. These two are grotesque individuals. When the good-looking one is the pot-bellied fucking guy who looks like a soccer coach for ISIS. All right? When
Joey C is quite a looker. I agree with you.
That guy is. When he's the healthy-looking one, you know there's a problem. What a fucking bunch.
And how great do we look on this screen, by the way?
Yes.
All of us with our full heads of hair.
At the end of the day, you look like child molesters. You look like that's what you look like.
Yeah, but that's just a resemblance of.
Yeah, I'm saying you look like. In my opinion, you resemble a child molester.
And the real Anthony Cumia points out, remember, we have Stevie to thank for KB's humbling. Well, I'm glad that KB has gotten more humble. I do want to see more of him talking about my buddy Eric Zane, though.
Regular radio station. Just have like a regular radio station show.
Right. Zane's not terrible, but this other guy, Blatt.
Thank you,
just...
No, but
so this is the divide and conquer. That I'm terrible, but Easy, you're not so bad.
But they don't exist. I mean, they just don't exist. Like Iraq doesn't exist. He just doesn't exist. It really is amazing. The Eric Zane Show.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 4,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
He did a show 4 hours ago. 4 views.
It's a pretty good day for you, wasn't it, Easy?
Sorry. Wait, what'd you say?
I want to make sure the fact that Stevie Lou is well compensated.
He did a show 4 hours ago.
Why is that
4
so
views.
hard to read? Why does that? Why do those numbers slow down?
Sorry. Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, to see the number 4, 4 views. Yeah.
4 hours.
But look at these numbers. I mean, you think they're impossible?
I don't think that is possible. It's only 4.
Well, look, he did Eric's Easy Live Wednesday, 2/18/26. I believe that's today. 6 hours ago, he has 10 views.
I hope you got some new subs out of this because he did show the YouTube page right here.
Well, that's a short show. 2/16/26, 18 views. That's 2 days ago for a 42-minute show.
Well,
and I'm not saying this just to try to razz Christian Bladt.
No, I'm sure you're not, Stevie.
I kind of dig Eric Zane despite what the numbers show.
Okay. You ready for the compliment that you're about to get from Stevie?
I'm already hard. As much as that sounds impossible, but this Stevie Lou guy, I don't know why you hate him because he seems all right to me. I like him, so fuck you.
Why don't you let him finish his thought?
I may not have been a 1 of 4.
You dig him in what way? In a sexual way?
No, please.
What's there to dig? I mean, you're one of 18 people. You're one of 18 people that dig him.
Yeah, give me a second. He kind of has this radio guy voice that you just don't hear anymore on human beings. So he talks like an old school broadcaster, and not many people do that.
So that convinced me that he's never heard your voice before. That's the only takeaway I can have from that.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's like Iraq. So Iraq used to be on a successful radio show.
No,
anymore.
He sounds like a radio. He has like I'm not sure exactly if I'm.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
He's like they used to call it. I think it's called a puker. I think is the name of the term in the radio industry. He's a puker.
Are you a puker, Eric Zane? Is that do you think an?
I can be.
Okay.
I can be.
All right.
Like if you were to say easy puke, I'd be, oh hey, that's right. That fucking Iraq is up to his tricks again. What the fuck?
KB started his show, which we started covering an hour ago. KB started his show talking about how Stevie Lou was off by $36,000. So the way that show works is that the super chatters do want people to answer for transgressions or crimes or anything that's gone wrong.
Can you explain the vast difference in receipts you and KB have for past payments? Hashtag that could have been your money, Ray.
That's a good point that Tigger brings up for sure. I'd love to address that. One thing was I was kind of just giving a quick ballpark number. That kind of
Yeah, you're only off by 36,000.
Well, you're estimating. You're just making kind of a quick estimate. And then also, listen, I've gotten money also sent to me from other people, and I don't want to sound like that's the super tip argument where the money you can't see is great, but it is something else.
So this tells me that Kevin Brennan actually did give him $50,000, but didn't tell the IRS that.
It does? Really?
Well, it's just the way that he's talking about it. He's like, no, because he can't say, you know what, I was wrong. It was less money.
Okay.
He has to own up to the fact that, look how much money I got paid.
Well, I mean, it's not like the IRS is paying attention. Give me a fucking break. I mean, who gives a shit?
No, look, I know, but you got to be paranoid when you make $400,000 on YouTube
in 10 years.
Just imagine how much money YouTube has taken from that. But that's
no, Kevin doesn't make shit. This guy doesn't make shit. The only guy who's worth anything is
Joey C.
Yes, whoever this guy is.
Joey C is busy prepping his show.
He has a show too. He does.
Catalano TV. Everybody go over there.
All right, I got to check him out.
Joey C is the next president of the United States. I called him Mr. 41 on Hughezy.
By the way, G-Rock does an excellent show. I don't give a fuck how many people watch it. It's
you think I put too much in preparing for this show?
Yeah,
go on E-Rock show sometime. And
and Kevin, don't ever convince yourself that they're entertained with what you're doing. Somehow, because of the Dabbleverse, you have the audience that you have. It's not because you're good. It sucks. And you know that.
It's unwatchable. And I try and tell that to my buddy Liam McEnany all the time. And he's just like, he'll say things like it's better than Bedabbler's show. I love Bedabbler's show. I have a lot of trouble watching MLC because there's not that much happening on an average episode. And also, as soon as it's over, it goes behind the paywall. So you can't be like, oh, I missed MLC. Let me go check it out. You got to give Kevin some more money, which probably, again, belies the fact that money before fun.
It is something else. So it's not just only what you give it. And you've paid me in person a couple times on the side, not many.
All right. So the key points that I want to make, and if KB had asked me, and it's fine that he didn't, I would have wanted to address a couple of things like this.
Watching your show, and Mike and Chad were starting to kind of die out a little bit. So I popped on over there, and what happened was Christian Bladt was talking shit.
Yeah, that's very true, because I saw Stevie Lou in the chat and he was talking about how terrible I am and all the things that
okay. So
yeah, and it's fine.
You off.
Well, it just is it's often, and I'm not pissed off at that point, because as I mentioned, he eventually got so that he asked for the link, and Hughezy asked us if it was okay. No One Futters says MLC has an audience 1/3 what it was 3 years ago.
Boy.
I used to watch its unfunny garbage now.
No One Futters, on the decline.
No One Futters, I appreciate that insight, and you can probably consider yourself blocked over on MLC, but you could probably make up for it with one of those $100 Red Boys.
A third of our audience? Jesus, boy, what a disaster. So that's not so great.
Could you imagine if we lost a third of our audience? Easy?
Well,
we'd
if
have
I
20...
lost a third, I'd have like half a person.
So when I saw
about who?
I think it was either you and me or one or the other.
It was mostly Stevie Lou. It wasn't really a setting where I had anything to say about KB, because Stevie Lou was in the chat. So he's talking about
Stevie Lou was here to defend himself. I don't know why he's hiding from us and is not in the chat trying to defend himself. What a coward.
I mean, I guess he's scared. Is that what you think he's?
Yeah,
is that what
he
you're trying
is.
to say?
He is
a
frightened bitch is what he is. I can't believe that dumb whore doesn't have the intestinal fortitude to show up here and try to defend.
I'm pretty sure that you don't know how to send someone the link, so I appreciate that.
No, you wouldn't want to. I'd send it to him.
No, I know. But you asked, and I appreciate it. Let's finish this thought.
Let's get in there and just...
So what you've seen that clip?
Yeah.
Did he just
about my pal Christian here and being very hurtful?
Well, he just basically steamrolled the whole show because he had things to say about me, he had things to say about Shamil Buckman. He had nothing to say about Joey C because obviously that's the true talent out of the 5 people you see right
Is
now.
Buckman
Joey
one
C
of those guys who, when he was young, like he was in a vehicle that caught on fire, and then they sent him to like St. Jude's, and he's okay now?
I don't know if that's the case.
He looks like a kid a little baby that got caught on fire, and then but it survived.
Yes.
And you asked for the link?
Yes.
Or it's
Yeah, I
available
figured
to
I'd
anybody.
Go in there and have a conversation, and I feel like that's what I did. So
that might be some revisionist history.
Yeah,
for anyone who's
that's
seen
way
it.
different.
Yeah, and a conversation is welcome. And again, the next episode of Hughezy, he did basically have a conversation, from what Liam told me. That's not what I was subjected to. I just felt like I couldn't make any of the points that I felt like were worth responding to. And Hughezy, of course, always knows what he's doing. Hughezy doesn't ever tell a guest, "Hey, stop talking over everyone." And look what he got out of it. Hit the like button.
Also, he said he got mad because you didn't you were talking too much. But like if you come in like that, it's a hit and run. You come in, you say what you want to say and get the fuck off.
So
well, how come only the fucking Venezuelan refugee has a professional setup? Why do the idiots why do these fucking idiots use gaming gear?
I don't know. KB clearly prefers the headset mic, and there's nothing funny. The funniest
he's paralyzed.
The funniest this show ever is, MLC, is when he had a shitty mic that when he would yell, it would cut out constantly. That was the best. That's where KB earned his $400,000.
Then classically, I'll hang up and listen, like you call into Mike and a Mad Dog. Have your say, and then say I'll hang up and listen.
Now, Stevie at this moment knows that's not what he did, but he's like, I'm going to go with the narrative because the boss is talking.
And like you said, no one had any actual response to anything I was saying. I was throwing shots at Shmuel. I was throwing shots at Christian. Anybody could get it from me at any point while I was firing off. And they weren't able to like hang with me and come back.
No, he did fine. Christian did fine.
Oh, well, thank
Shut
you. I
up.
appreciate that. Yeah, he's basically like a two-handed assassin, and he was just YouTube terms of service. He was pointing at us with fingers like this. And Liam, you do realize your show is now turned into MLC. You're not wrong, but we're not going to talk about this next week.
No, it can't. It can't be until you go like this.
Yeah. I just felt like people saw what we're looking at, and I would like an opportunity to make my case that anyone who knows me, it is very out of character that I got as upset as I did, and I just wanted to talk. I'm sorry, Jay Wolfenstein. I thought you were just showing the same chat from earlier. Jay Wolfenstein with another $100. Also, damn you, KB, for making WATB interesting by comparison.
Yeah. Way to go.
What do you think? What do you think now, Liam? Are we MLC?
Yeah, Liam.
Or are we interesting? People said we're interesting. I don't know. So we've made more money than we made probably all of last year in just this show.
Pretty much. And we owe it all to Kevin.
Yes. So thank you, Kevin. Thanks, boss. We appreciate you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you for your shitty show. And thank you to Stevie Lou for showing up on Hughezy's show like that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. So to that point, getting some attention because of KB's watchful eyes.
Coming from you, being called a nothing is an honor. Oh, is this the guy from what's the guy's name?
Oh, Christian Bladt. Yeah, that was the
Christian
guy.
Bladt. Oh, that's his real name, Bladt. I thought it was TMZ Christian.
Yeah, that's his real name. Idiot.
No, that's the noise that he makes when he's on podcast.
Christian Bladt, right?
Good joke.
Yeah.
Good joke. Yeah, Blatt's the noise he makes on Blatt.
Still, even after all this time, most people online know me from Dennis Miller's show.
Yeah.
And the premium content was the DMZ, the Dennis Miller Zone. Dennis Miller was Dennis DMZ. So
Nice
it
jokes,
made sense
guys.
for me to be Christian DMZ. It's a boring explanation, but I thought I would explain that I'm not just a big fan of the demilitarized zone, although I did meet my wife there.
Right. Yeah. So Christian Bladt, you're right. Since I'm talking about it, your numbers will probably pop the next time you go live. Right.
That's true.
You're 100% right, Kevin. Thanks again, boss.
Thank you for that.
Right. Because you're all in the Karl orbit, and Karl's got a lot of star power. That's why Hackamania still not sold out.
Say it again. Say it more. Say it more.
I feel. By the way, somebody messaged me after they watched this. I won't call out who it was. Said that Kevin did more in this stream to promote Hackamania than any of us on our streams. He said it so many times. So
again, my offer still stands. I will fight all of these people.
Right.
I will fight any of them on the same night. All right. I will get into a ring and fight any of you. And then after I whip your ass, I will pick you up and hug you and tell you I love you. All for the dollar.
We can certainly get to that. I want to make sure that Stevie Lou gets his point. So there's the idea that this show, who are these broadcasters, is getting a bump from Kevin Brennan. Somebody else thinks that maybe they're owed some credit.
What has to happen? You got to do an Opie and Anthony reunion?
I mean, he may get a Stevie Lou bump after last night. I could see that happening.
No one has ever received a bump from Stevie Lou appearing on their show, commenting on their show, watching their show, being in the room where someone's watching a show or listening to a show. The Stevie Lou bump does not exist. But thank you for calling attention to it. Because the Kevin Brennan bump, that's real. I think we all know it. And look, I don't want to upset the boss, but KB, he is definitely trying to take credit for that. Now, I did mention earlier that I pulled a clip that didn't have anything to do with us, but I did want to show the heavy lifting that Stevie Lou does as a part of this show. They're talking about a female comedian named Yamanika. Not really that relevant, but let's see.
What are you going to say? I'm going to say she's a hog. Let me preface it. She's a hog. Go ahead.
I was going to offer Ray up that maybe he could get himself some more spots if he kind of.
That doesn't even make sense. She don't even get spots. How's she going to give Ray spots? She don't get herself spots.
Maybe they could become like a duo, like a team.
Stevie, what are you, stupid?
It's my favorite moment from the whole show.
I love that when he beats up his
guys.
Ordinance.
Yeah.
I do love that. That's funny. Okay, more of that. Have a conversation with Stevie.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and read statistics and stare at the camera. All right? You're so much better than that, you piece of shit.
I'm sure that Stevie will be able to get out of this.
What happened to you when you got ashes today?
They might have pressed a little hard on my head.
Are you high, Stevie?
I could be a little higher, but I'm not high.
All right. Well, it gives us the answer that I think we needed.
I got to let the dog out.
All right. So that's fine. Easy. We have been in overtime, but you're going to come back, right?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right. So Easy will be back in a little bit. We appreciate the fact that the dog has probably had to take a shit or a piss for a while. So Easy leaving means that we're going to stay right here, stay in the thick of this. The topic of my friend Liam McEnany came up multiple times because he's a regular on MLC. And we've talked about how the great Stevie Lou feels like Liam should have done a movie review show with him. And I think more than anything that there might be some jealousy because Liam and I are actually friends in real life.
Do you deduct Stevie's salary as a charity? No, it's a clean write-up. I would deduct it as a charity.
So that's a chat from Liam asking, do you deduct Stevie Lou's salary as charity? And that is, this of course, a joke.
Then they'd be like, no, it's not a charity. I get what Liam's trying to imply here, Stevie.
I mean, speaking of charity, didn't Liam get a scholarship to go back to college and then couldn't handle it? If we're talking about charities, this fucking loser went back to undergrad and failed out of, or whatever the fuck happened to him.
So he's, of course, Liam doesn't need me to fight his battles, but Liam went to the best film school in the country. the University of Southern California. They have buildings named after hacks like George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Robert Zemeckis, who clearly have made 3 of the best films because they've grossed the most money. Liam's done fine in his college career, but he doesn't need me to.
Ourselves all within a perspective here, Liam.
Keep Christian's name out of your mouth, L-boy.
That's my buddy Count Eric Connor. We appreciate him coming in there.
Yeah, very clear that this guy Christian Bladt show with Liam, and it was fucking deader than dog shit. Never had a chance.
What kind?
I mean, that's not entirely accurate. I think we had a fun show, especially Robin Leach being incredibly D. Wong. It's actually a pretty good show on Pop Culture Dumpster Fire or just Pop Culture Dumpster. One of those. You can find Liam's show. That was, merit. I said, sure, I'm happy to do that. We did it a few times. Our buddy Eric Connor was even on with us one time. But I didn't try to get a show going with my buddy Liam McEnany, but not entirely inaccurate because I was on the show with him. There may have been tech problems a couple times.
What kind of show they do?
They would talk about like 2.5-month-old movies that they would go on dates and see together. It's like
Wait, Liam and Christian Bladt would go to a movie together?
They apparently go on dates, little boy dates.
Do they or don't they?
They go on movie dates together.
So I guess the accurate thing here is that Liam and I do both live in Los Angeles, and we have become friends, and we do go to the movies sometimes. There's a lot of movies. My wife doesn't want to see the latest Jason Statham movie. She doesn't want to see Weapons. There's movies that my wife doesn't want to see. So Liam, Eric, and I, sometimes we go together because we're friends. And, it happens. So KB seems confused about the fact that Liam and I both live in Los Angeles.
They live in the same. They both live in California.
They live in that cesspool of fucking garbage in L.A.
I'd like to point out that I have worn shorts every single day this week because it's so fucking hot here. It's over 80 degrees and it's beautiful. I look that way, I see the mountains. You can go to any climate that you would have on planet Earth in an hour. You can be to the mountains in an hour. You could be to the desert in an hour. You go anywhere from LA.
Where does he live?
Well, they all live in New York. They're all New Yorkers.
Or New Jersey.
Whatever.
They don't live in New York. They live in New Jersey.
Stevie Lou might live in New York. If I had to guess, he's got a 5th floor walk up in Astoria, right off Ditmars.
No,
I don't know that. I'm just guessing.
No way this guy lives in New York.
Well, again, at the end of the end train, it's like you have to take like an Uber from the end train because
I when I was letting the dogs out, I put Kevin on, and it's like Inception.
Good.
It's unbelievable. All the faces, it's all us. It's different variations.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to watch the MLC of them watching us. I will be happy to see clips. If Pest goes out there and clips anything, I'll probably be interested. But there's a reason why we're spending an hour and a half on it.
It's
when the show itself is usually an hour and a half. Now everybody gets kind of the work that we did, why we came on an hour early.
Well, he needed this bludgeoning.
Yeah.
They both needed the bludgeoning.
Yeah. Stevie Lou talks about how I needed medicine. KB needs medicine. He needs to understand his show is terrible, but it makes a lot of money, so who cares? Wow. It's great.
It makes some money.
Wow.
It doesn't make a lot of money.
YouTube terms of service does take a cutaway.
Together. They're not. This is everyone says LA is a problem. There are bad people. Well, look at fucking Liam, look at Christian Bladt, and look at Adam Bush.
What does Christian Bladt do for a living?
I don't know, to be honest.
But he lives in L.A.
He apparently worked with your friend at one point, Norm Macdonald.
I don't have any.
That's the realest moment of Kevin Brennan that I've ever seen. I don't have any for. Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald was my friend.
He stops.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my only friend, unfortunately.
So this is not an act. I mean, like he actually behaves this way. I mean, this is an act, by the way. It has to be because there's no way that he stays married with that type of.
KB,
right?
I mean, it's definitely an act, but he's probably
a lovable guy. He's probably.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's probably a curmudgeon. And by the way, since we're being sniped, and we have more people watching us than we ever have on this channel. More people watching us there. Everybody wants to know what I'm doing. This is a great time to introduce to the world and officially announce a new nationally syndicated radio show that I'll be co-hosting called Is It Worth Watching from Talk Media Network. We'll have the affiliate list together this week, but we are going to have a soft launch this weekend. And then you might wonder, well, who's going to be on the show? Is It Worth Watching? Somebody whose name's come up a bunch of times. It'll be myself, Eric Nagel, and EZ's favorite, Lucy Tightbox. So myself, E-Rock, and Lucy, we're going to be talking about movies. It's a 1-hour weekend show. And, there's a lot of holes in a radio schedule. And my friend Josh at Talk Media Network was very kind and said, we actually have a vacancy in our movie talk show. Would you like to do it? Go ahead, Easy.
So the show did exist?
It had a different name with a different host who left for more money. What?
And Josh, he does the distribution?
Yeah, Talk Media Network is
okay.
It's basically just going to be on the feed of shows for the weekend. People are going to be aware that it's there. They can choose to take it.
Nice.
We'll try and build this thing from the ground up, and I'm very excited about it.
I would be too. That sounds like fun. Do you? Yeah. So there is actually stations that will carry it when it gets on that first episode.
I don't want to promise because this is a numbers game. I don't want to say that there's going to be 25 and then there's only 12. So there are definitely stations on board.
If it's one, that's better than what these two fucking morons have. If it's one, I don't care if it's in Duluth. All right.
I will say that we will be on more than one station in Texas alone. I know that much, but I don't want to get too.
Well, there you go.
Because I don't know. Yeah. So that is what I do. That is, I work in radio production. I work in podcast production. I have a very successful podcast that I produce and barely talk on called 100 Songs That Define Heavy Metal, hosted by Brian Slagle, who is the CEO of Metal Blade Records. I want to get all my plugs in while we're on MLC. Eric Zane, where should everybody find you?
I don't have anything.
You have the Eric Zane Show.
I have my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got. So
okay.
But if you feel like it, you can find me on Twitch at Eric Zane Live. That's where I do my show daily, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Audio, wherever you download shows. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. It's my second platform that I do shows on as well.
Remember earlier today when I texted you, don't worry, we're not going to do a 2-hour and 40-minute show. I know you have an out. I've got a couple of clips that I want to make sure we get
for sure. I got 9 minutes.
Okay, so we will have 9 minutes worth of clips. After the clip that I showed, Liam did super chat.
Stevie don't have a friend to see movies. Oh no, this is listen, Liam.
Hold on.
Anybody, Bobo's his friend. Second of all, when you're 50, we're not in high school anymore. Everybody has the same thing. Kevin doesn't have any friends. If that's your go-to, things aren't going good. If that's your go-to with somebody, he doesn't have friends and I do.
Eric, do you have friends? People you like to do things with socially?
No.
Get together? Oh, okay. Well, I do. And it's not just Liam and Eric Connor and people in the chat.
Whatever.
Bush too.
Well, the thing is, it's not like I don't have a lot of friends because I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you just hate people. Nobody would want to hang out with these two people.
By the way, I couldn't have asked for a better freeze frame of Stevie Lou right there.
Yeah, just by looks alone, you don't want to be around either of these mongrels. These are ugly, really, really ugly, homely people. You just don't want to be around them.
Since we've had such current cutting-edge references, I will point out that Stevie has a not entirely dissimilar resemblance to Lancelot Link's secret chimp when his teeth are out like that.
What you're talking about.
That's all right. You don't have to. But because we have limited time, I'm not even going to look for an image of Lancelot Link's secret chimp. And I do want to give credit to one of their chatters. The chatters on MLC are oftentimes the funniest part of the show. And this person had been waiting. This is very much towards the end. A freeze frame with this chat on the screen is the thumbnail for this episode.
Johnny Mac, so funny that the Nathan Lane with Downs weirdo thinks we call you boss like you're some sort of Jim Jones later, just no raider for satire. Hilarious. Who's the Nathan Lane with Downs?
That's
Hughezy?
what people call Christian Bladt.
Oh, they do?
He does. I mean, if you look at his face, it is a pretty good description. But
This is where I meant to save my joke for what I said he looked like earlier, but I don't know. I mean, he looks like Pennywise from the movie It fucked his sister, and this is their baby. Okay, so I don't know. Should these two guys on screen, Easy, you and I aren't Brad Pitt. We're not the most handsome men in the world. Should they be talking about what anyone looks like?
No.
I mean, anyone on planet Earth.
They're both so defective. It's I don't even know where to begin with these two.
Yeah. But he's got more. And yes, we've talked about how I look like Nathan Lane. It's fine.
Yeah, but Nathan Lane's a good-looking guy. So are you. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and you fucked Nathan Lane, didn't you?
Yes, whatever.
So funny. All right, we got to get over there. See, he's not there today. So funny that the Nathan Lane with Downs weirdo thinks we call you boss like you're some sort of Jim Jones, just no radar for say. Yeah, they all have that Karl fucking mentality where they take themselves seriously based on what?
Do we take ourselves seriously over here?
No idea.
I spent a lot of time on this because I pulled clips over the really like 4 days. So that might be why we've done a lot here. I do have our final clip because the way MLC works, if something's funny once, it's even more funny if you do it a second time.
Just getting here, but Stevie, your takedown of Nathan Lane with Down syndrome and Buckman was one for the ages. NL was visibly pained. Glorious, sir.
Thank you, John Mack. I'll throw the.
What's NLWD stand? Oh, Nathan Lane with Downs.
Lane with
I thought for a second I
no.
thought that was a.
Yeah, this is only a couple minutes later, and he already forgot it. So, look, I'm not going to pound my chest here. I have gotten some tremendous feedback from my appearance. Someone did feel like I shouldn't stoop down to their level, and they're really going to be disappointed in the 90 minutes that we spent over here. But anybody telling Stevie Lou that he is the one that came out victorious is like telling Stuttering John, you really gave it to Tukey when you were on the Backyard Boys podcast.
You're an SNL alum is in the mud with a bunch of schmucks who all had real jobs before they started doing podcasts. Their podcasts are bigger than yours. Suck a dick. Okay? You're shit and your show sucks. Why the fuck do people watch that fucking show?
I don't know. That's the main reason why I can't possibly watch them watch us, because it means watching MLC for the second time in a week. And that show is unwatchable. I have mentioned to friends that they were KB was watching This Little Piggy, the show that they do about Aaron Imholt, and he was just wow after jokes that they made. He didn't add anything to it.
No, he's just making noises. And Liam likes Kevin's show.
He thinks it's fun. There are people who get the show.
Liam needs his ass kicked then.
So the interesting thing is that, look, Karl is not one of the people who strike channels. That's just not one of the things that he does.
What does that mean?
So you can say Stuttering John has been striking Shuli almost every day, saying that he's playing his copywritten content. Then they appeal and then it's lifted, but Shuli has already had to, his stream's already ended. Now, if Karl did strike channels while he's being sniped, but we don't do that over here. So even though we just got a shout out to the Isotopes, don't worry, KB, you will not be struck.
No,
I played your content. We played Hughezy's content. It's the way it all works out.
What's it called? Good for the goose, good for the gander.
Yeah. And
God damn it.
This is fun. This really woke you up, Easy.
Yeah. It really did.
You've been sleeping through this show for 3 years. You got so excited last
horrible.
week.
It's a horrible show.
I know you need to go. I'll go through the super chats and the sign off and everything. I do want to appreciate, we had a much larger audience than we usually do. Go figure. Hey, it must be the Stevie Lou bump. That must have been what we got.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were some that just came in. Like this guy's
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
only watching because the Crypt Keeper mentioned you guys. Is that what they call him? The Crypt Keeper?
I mean, you know, the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt
Yep.
TV. Yeah, I mean, it's
Well, that's
not entirely.
I don't think that fits because the Crypt Keeper is all like bones and shit. And
Yeah.
Kevin has all sorts of like meat tarps hanging off his fucking face. So
Yeah. The Stevie Lou bump is to pay him off a show.
pay to bump him off a show.
I was trying to read.
And then Liam, who's big Kevin fan, says I finished.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, thank you to the great Eric Zane Live. We'll see you next week. And you know, it was so fun doing the show an hour earlier. Let's do it again next week. So we'll do it.
I
at
love
1
it.
p.m. Eastern
I'm all
next
for
week.
it.
All right, and who knows? Maybe we'll even do it at that time every week starting now. But I got to talk to Karl about that. By the way, Karl has asked if I would like to appear on Dabbleverse Live this week, the new show that they do Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. And I would be happy to be on that show. I'm a big fan of that show and would love to be there. Now, we're essentially done, but we have so many super chats to get through. And I want to make sure that we get all of these things in here. And the one pun, who is one of our great friends, one of the best WATB episodes ever. I don't know about that, but I appreciate the compliment. What I will say is that is the longest WATB episode we've ever done. This is a bordering on a Karl Wednesday WATP in terms of the length. KB, like Opie, is happily married to a living lady. Now, if EZ were here, I would have had to explain that to him, that there is a theory, a working theory, YouTube terms of service, that Opie's family may have come to an untimely demise at the hands of somebody named Greg. Now, we don't know this. Are you guys just mad because Karl's half a Fanuc? And I do believe that that is more MLC slang that we're getting. Is that sexy or backsy? Yeah, I know I have glasses on, but I can't always read. Thanks for the show, guys. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Chris Hall, this is just because I can't stand Stevie. He has been paid $14,090 for over 3 years. Oofa. You would figure his role as Rocky Dennis would help him bargain for a higher wage. Thank you, Chris Hall. I don't know if you're the Chris Hall I grew up with, but whoever you are, I appreciate that you're there. And sometimes the super chats write themselves because they're so simple. Bubble popper, just with an FKB. We were talking earlier about how I was featured in the thumbnail for Pest's video for this. And I saw that it was with this image that the great Eric Connor made where I had turned into the Red Hulk. So I changed my X account profile, and KB knows what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting for buzzer beaters. That's why I'm still talking. Kev, I get it. That's how you make money. Money before funny. So this is my profile pic. And I thought that it was worth making sure people saw the completely normal and not at all concerning or deranged profile pic that Stevie Lou has switched to. And I'm not going to lie to you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. America and all ships at sea. I think that there's a chance that Stevie Lou did this himself. And that's worth $14,000. That's a nice piece of work. Good job, Jerry. Good job. So that is our show, barring some buzzer beaters. And it's very easy to figure out who has given us the most money. Jay Wolfenstein has given us $100 twice. So my sign off is going to be both of his $100 super chats, because we really survive on the support of the chat, who makes our show make more than $60 this week. We'll go back to maybe $40 next week, but we appreciate that. One thing we won't do next week is talk about Kevin Brennan, but I will be on Dabbleverse Live on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on this very channel. If they want to talk about that, that's great. Also, I would love to talk about Aaron M. Holt, John and Ava, anything else going on. I do want to make sure that everybody knows that I do have my own personal podcast, BLADTCAST, and KB, I'll save you the work. I'm not monetized. Don't look for it on Playboard. I do legitimately just do it for fun. I have a great time doing my show, The Blackcast, and it's led to my nationally syndicated radio show that I mentioned earlier. And in case maybe people didn't hear the announcement and you're just tuning in at the end, or maybe KB stopped sniping us and, you've come over here. Is It Worth Watching is a nationally syndicated radio show that will be available after the fact as a podcast. Myself, Eric Nagel, and the great Lucy Tightbox will be doing a 1-hour weekend movie talk show. And I also mentioned earlier 100 Songs That Define Heavy Metal, hosted by the great Brian Slagle, the CEO of Metal Blade Records, and tremendous episodes already in the tank. Our latest episode, we have Ricky Rackerman from Headbangers Ball. And you want to head over to our YouTube channel because the interview was 40 minutes. The podcast interview was about 20 because time constraints, as they say. So I am on social media at Christian DMZ. This is, of course, the thumbnail, my profile pic. As always, this is Christian Bladt reminding you that every mic is a hot mic. And damn you, Stevie Lou, for making me like Christian Bladt. I will never forgive you, Lou. Never. And also, damn you, KB, for making WATB interesting by comparison. We will see everybody next Tuesday. We'll be doing the show again at 1 p.m. Eastern, maybe a permanent time slot. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you next Tuesday.